Kinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Pusuan ang totoo!
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat patapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo ang hangad na makapaglingkod.
Hindi personal na kapakanan ang itataguyod.
At dahil nasa atin ang responsibilidad
na iboto ang karapat-dapat na kandidato,
Ang paninindigan ng mga botanteng Pilipino.
dapat totoo. Magsaliksik tungkol sa kandidatong susuportahan.
Alamin ang kanilang track record.
At huwag basta maniwala.
Sa sabi ng iba o ng mga tumatakbo.
Himayin ang kanilang mga plano.
At suriin ang mga proyektong kanilang isinusulong.
pahalagahan, bigyang dangal, at ipaglaban ang boto.
Huwag magpabayad sa sino mang kandidato.
Tumulong sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan.
At huwag magkakalat ng fake news.
Ang GMA News and Public Affairs sa pagbabalita ngayong eleksyon, mananatiling totoo.
Walang takot na ihahayag ang mga problema ng lipunan para mamulat ng mga kandidato at botante sa totoong kalagayan ng bayan.
Ang mga ibabalita, walang itatago. Lahat dadaan sa masusing pagsisiyasat. Lahat ng panig, pakikinggan at bibigyang boses.
Totoong pagbabantay ang gagawin. Susuriin ang mga plataforma at posisyon ng mga kandidato sa iba't ibang issue.
Para magabayan ang mga Pilipino sa paggawa ng desisyong mahalaga sa ating kinabukasan.
Ang ating pagbabalita, noon at higit pa sa ngayon, walang kikilingan, walang poprotektahan, walang kasinungalingan.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bawat Pilipino, lahat tayo, dapat totoo.
Dapat totoo. The GMA News and Public Affairs Eleksyon 2022 Advocacy.
Ibahagi ang talino, siguradong gwapong-gwapo. Walang pikon dito, katuwaan lang at kwento. At kung hindi ka sigurado, ask mo.
Baklod, anong paborito mong buhatin pag nasa gym ka?
Dumbbell.
Sa mga teammates mo, sinong pabigat?
Si Sean Umali.
Gusto ko yung pag-name drop. Very good. Sean! Kim, natawagan ka na ba ng traveling?
Maraming beses.
Saan ang favorite travel destination mo?
Sa Japan. Kasi ando yung side ng papa ko.
Kung coach ka sa team nyo, sino sa first five ang ibabangko mo?
Si Barba.
Bakit si Barba?
Masyado kaming kinukulit lahat eh. Kahit tulog kami, gigisingin kami na eh.
Nilaglag ka ni Renzo, sabi nangungulit ka daw.
Narinig ko nga yun eh. Ako na lagi nilalaglag ng mga yan eh.
Ano naman comment mo doon? Totoo ba na ginigising mo sila para matulog ulit?
Pwede.
Pwede?
Kung ang tagline ng NCAA Season 97 ay Stronger Together, buo ang puso. From 1 to 10, gano'n ka karupok?
10?
Coach, may na-block ka na sa court?
Oo.
Eh, sa Facebook, ikaw ang nang-block o ikaw ang blinak?
Ako na mablock.
Ay, wow! Pogi! Ikaw ang nang-block sa social media o ikaw ang binablock?
Ako ang binablock.
Bakit?
Ewan sa nila.
Ay, grabe. So sad. Kung last 2 minutes na lang ng buhay mo, Sasayaw ka ba o kakanta?
Sasayaw ako, syempre. Kakanta, syempre.
Sasayaw na lang po.
Ay, pasample naman ng sayaw. Patingin.
Sasayaw ba?
Kakanta. Pwede pa sample?
Okay. Bubble gang, bubble gang, bubble gang, bubble gang.
Di mo alam dahil sa'yo, ang tao sa mundo.
Kung may reincarnate ka, anong gusto mo maging? Bola o net?
Bola.
Bakit bola?
Gusto kasi yan ng bawat team pinag-aagaw-agawan.
Ay, may hugot. Magaling, magaling.
Net na lang.
Bakit net?
Kasi doon papasok yung bola.
Kung ikaw ang mapiling best player of the year, anong trophy ang gusto mong makuha? Trophy wife o trophy low? Trophy wife. Sino gusto mo trophy wife?
Siguro yung yung katabi ko ngayon.
Coach, mga makukulit na sagot sa mga tanong na may hugot. At pag di ka sigurado, ask mo. Ako si Christiana Di Maunahan ng NCAA Season 97. Stronger together, buo ang puso.
Sebastiano! Oh! Pajarito, Rayson, La Paz, Apato!
The NCAA is not just the original collegiate sports league of the country. It is also known as the breeding ground for the future superstars of Philippine basketball. And here in season 97, a diamond in the rough is starting to shine.
That basket coming from Enoch Valdez, opening the scoring. The pressure is on Valdez.
Enoch Valdez only averaged 3.6 points per game for the LPU Pirates in season 95. But on opening day against San Beda,
Valdez. That's great hustle coming from Enoch Valdez. Count it plus the foul.
Valdez let it be known that a whole lot has changed since we last saw him.
The off shortstop, wala. Valdez with a putback. And here's the running game of LPU, and then to Valdez. Nagahanap ng puntos. Valdez to the basket.
Career-high 22 points ang pinakawalan ni Valdez. At dahil doon, siya na ang ginawang go-to guy ni Coach Gilbert Malabanan.
Valdez on the touchdown. That was a fast play on the move for LPU. Valdez, grabe yung hakbang.
Masipag, agresibo at mataas tumalon.
Big Valdez.
Yan ang mga katangian na taglay ni Valdez.
Enoch Valdez! Up, and away! Para kay Valdez.
At matapos niya maging unang player na nakapag-dunk ngayong season,
Anchors away.
sinigurado ni Valdez na makakasungkit na rin ng panalo ang LPU.
Quick passing from LPU, 2-on-1. Valdez all the way! Basic.
Kontra sa JRU nung nakaraang Martes, si Valdez ay bumuhos ng 21 points, 12 rebounds at 5 steals.
Madali para kunin ang kanilang unang panalo. The LPU Pirates are now in the win column after beating JRU 82-75.
At dahil doon, sa wakas, nakatikim na rin ng tagumpay ang mga pirata.
Sundutan ni Valdez si Desoyo. Here is Valdez jamming that one home.
After the first 3 weeks of men's basketball, Enoch Valdez has emerged as one of the league's top scorers, averaging 15.4 points per game. He's also averaging 8.4 rebounds per outing and 2.8 steals per contest.
Valdez will force this one up.
Ladies and gentlemen, LPU has found a fearsome new pirate, and he is also our NCAA Power Player of the Week.
Enoch Valdez!
Ikinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Pusuan ang totoo!
Ngayong eleksyon 2022 sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat matapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo ang hangad na makapaglingkod.
Hindi personal na kapakanan ang itataguyod.
At dahil nasa atin ang responsibilidad,
Na iboto ang karapat-dapat na kandidato.
Ang paninindigan ng mga botanteng Pilipino.
dapat totoo. Magsaliksik tungkol sa kandidatong susuportahan.
Alamin ang kanilang track record.
At huwag basta maniwala.
Sa sabi ng iba o ng mga tumatakbo.
Himayin ang kanilang mga plano.
At suriin ang mga proyektong kanilang isinusulong.
Pahalagahan, bigyang dangal, at ipaglaban ang boto. Huwag magpabayad sa sino mang kandidato.
Tumulong sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan.
At huwag magkakalat ng fake news.
Ang GMA News and Public Affairs sa pagbabalita ngayong eleksyon, mananatiling totoo.
Walang takot na ihahayag ang mga problema ng lipunan para mamulat ng mga kandidato at botante sa totoong kalagayan ng bayan.
Ang mga ibabalita, walang itatago. Lahat dadaan sa masusing pagsisiyasat. Lahat ng panig, pakikinggan, at bibigyang boses.
Totoong pagbabantay ang gagawin. Susuriin ang mga plataforma at posisyon ng mga kandidato sa iba't ibang issue.
Para magabayan ang mga Pilipino sa paggawa ng desisyong mahalaga sa ating kinabukasan.
Ang ating pagbabalita, noon at higit pa sa ngayon, walang kikilingan, walang poprotektahan, walang kasinungalingan.
Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bawat Pilipino, lahat tayo, dapat totoo.
Dapat totoo. The GMA News and Public Affairs. Eleksyon 2022 Advocacy.
Game day once again, and we welcome a brand new week here inside our beautiful venue, inside the LaSalle Greenhills campus. We are currently in the St. Benilde Gym, of course located at the center of Metro Manila in Mandaluyong City. Painit na po ng painit ang mga tagpo dito sa inyong college basketball sa NCAA Season 97. Stronger together. Buo ang puso. And you guys are seeing the aerial view of our beautiful venue here in Mandaluyong City. We got two crucial matchups as we go deep into the elimination round. First up, para po sa ating Tuesday doubleheader. As per usual, live na live tayo ngayon sa GTV. It is a potential play-in preview between these two teams. These two teams have been very good in the season so far. The College of St. Benilde Blazers going up against the Mapua Cardinals. Pareho pong 4-2 ang kanilang kartada. It is going to be followed by a highly physical matchup between JRU and San Sebastian. Mga kapuso, ay pong salamat sa inyong pagtutok ngayon. Nakabanggit ko kanina, live na live tayo ngayon sa GTV. We also have it online, YouTube, Facebook. Andyan tayo sa NCAA Philippines at syempre GMA Sports PH and also seen worldwide via GMA Pinoy TV. My name is Martin Javier. I'm happy to be at your service this afternoon and today I'm working alongside katukayo ko po, Coach Hammer Martin Antonio at syempre ang kukumpleto sa ating broadcast team today. Dalawang courtside reporters natin, syempre on standby here. First, reporting for CSB, we got Michelle Naldo. There you go, hey Michelle. And on the other side, nandito naman si Chantal Laude na magre-report para sa Mapua Cardinals. There you go, ladies. Good luck later in your reports. This is going to be a great matchup between CSB and Mapua. Again, highly competitive to, Coach Hammer, because these two teams parte ng ating top 4 so far.
Definitely, if we're playing the previous style of playoffs, pasok sa Final Four, as of the moment, itong dalawang teams na. But, sabi mo nga, play-in tournament, so 3 and 4, magtatapat pa yan for the number 3 seed. Medyo magulo pa yung team standings natin. Mamaya pupunta natin. Eto na pala, Martin. Dikit-dikit yung mga koponan. 3 and 4 losses, even the 5 loss teams, may pagkakataon pa umabot to that number 6 spot. So, wala pa. Nothing is set in stone. Pwera lang doon sa dalawang teams na nasa taas. Tingin ko yung dalawang yan naalagwa na. But we're seeing a 4-2 record para dito sa College of St. Benilde Blazers and the Mapua Cardinals. Both of them were tied for that number 3 position. We'll see kung sino ang makakakuha ng solo third spot.
That's right. Coach Hammer, pinapaulit-ulit natin dito sa Season 97. Ang sigurado lang, syempre yung top 2 spots, di ba? Dahil yung 3, 4, 5, 6, maglalaro po yan sa ating play-in tournament. At kung number 6 ka, pwede ka pang umangat to number 4 or number 3. Alright, let's talk about these two teams. And let's go to the side of the College of St. Benilde. First, maganda po ito, CSB versus Mapua. But CSB, in their previous game, before that, they had all sorts of momentum, Coach Hammer. They were on a 4-game winning streak. Pero against the then winless JRU Heavy Bombers, parang naubusan sila ng swerte, naubusan sila ng gas.
If you look at this game, this was highly physical. Bakbakan, nakikita nyo, 70 combined free throws for both squads. That's not the game of CSB. They want to run, but they're the number 1 team when it comes to free throw attempts. Nakakakuha sila ng maraming fouls because of their aggression. But if you look at the numbers, 3-point field goals, napakababa niyan for St. Benilde because it is one of the things that they do amongst the best in the league. 3-point shooting, mamaya makikita natin on the game kung ano ba yung pinapakita nila, and rebounding, of course. JRU, yan ang bread and butter nila. Paramihan ng possessions, banggaan, pisikalan, points in the paint, pumabor din yan sa JRU. This is one of the stats that surprised me. Fast break points. Because JRU doesn't run. They don't actually run. Mamaya makikita nyo yung JRU San Sebastian na matchup. It's a slow game. It's a highly physical game. Pero, nung kalaban nilang College of St. Benilde, which is one of the best running teams in our league, they outscored them by 7 points. But on the flip side, one thing that CSB can look forward to in this game is their interior defense, 10-1 when it comes to shot blocks.
Maganda nating i-highlight yan kasi syempre CSB likes to run, put a lot of pressure on the defensive end. Nagmumula pa sa backcourt yung kanilang depensa. But again, all of that was overturned in that matchup against JRU. And for the CSB team, again, it was only a 6-point loss. Now, if only they had this guy at the end game. I'm talking about Will Gozum, who was having a fantastic game before he went down with that injury in the 4th quarter. 17, 10, 5 blocks. Could have been more, easily. had he played in the final minutes?
One of the best big guys in the NCAA, arguably the best big guy in the NCAA right now, Will Gozum. Nagkaroon nga siya, pinag-uusapan natin kanina ng CSB blister sa kanyang right foot. But we'll see if he can perform. Again, 22 minutes in that game. That's mababa yan sa kanyang per season average. He's averaging around 31-32 minutes. Talagang sagad na sagad ang inilalaro ni Will Gozum. And he is consistently producing for the Blazers.
Maganda nga yung pinakita niya doon. We were looking at a career high for Will kung naglaro siya.
Definitely.
Oo, nung fourth quarter doon. But Will Gozum, again, we hope he's okay and we hope he is 100% today because he will have his hands full against
definitely
his counterpart on the other side. Ayan po, siyempre ang makakabanggaan niya dito, Warren Bonifacio.
High school teammate.
Ayan na. At saka former coach din.
Pupuntahan natin yan sa matchup natin for the game.
Ayan, pag-uusapan natin po yan mamaya-maya lamang. Mapua Cardinals naman ang i-breakdown namin ni Coach Hammer dito. Pero lahat po yan sa pagbabalik natin sa NCAA Season 97 on GTV.
Ikinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Pusuan ang totoo! Ngayong eleksyon 2022, sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat patapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at kung...
Back to the broadcast. Ito pa rin po ang inyong NCAA Season 97. Panimula ng bagong linggo dito sa ating Season Stronger Together. Buo ang puso. Napag-usapan na natin dito sa taas ng ating coverage, pre-game coverage natin of this game between CSB and Mapua. Nag-usapan na natin yung pinanggalingan ng College of St. Benilde Blazers. Ngayon naman po, siyempre dadagdagan natin yung ating storyline dito. Pag-uusapan natin ang Mapua Cardinals on the other side of the fence. Mapua badly needing a win in their previous matchup against Perpetual because they lost 2 games. Previously, ito yung ginawa nila. Exploding against the Altas, a 12-point win. More importantly, Pilipino ko ito na yung pinakamagandang shooting performance na nakita natin this season 97.
Unang 4 na hawak sa bola sa opensa, 3-point shot. Yun ang naging lamang nila throughout the game. 12 points, they were leading wire to wire against the University of Perpetual Help System Delta Altas. Yan lang yung kailangan natin makita. 3-point shooting, 16 na 3-point shots. Kumpara sa 8, hindi mababa yung 8 3-pointers made. Napakaganda lang talaga ng gising ng Mapua Cardinals during that game. And that guy, Brian Lacabas, had 4 of those 3-pointers. And the perimeter scoring 58 points compared to 28 points ng Altas. Makikita natin yan. And assists numbers, talagang kasama rin sa DNA ng Mapua. They share the basketball. They were +7 in that. Ito pa yung isang magandang stat for din. On the offensive rebounding side, the Altas was +10, 18-8. But +7 on second chance points ang Mapua. So every time nakuha nila offensive rebound, nakakapunto sila.
Yun nga yung isa sa mga naging layers nung laban na yon. The efficiency also of the Mapua Cardinals in that particular game. I think they were shooting 57%. Yung 16 out of 25 na po yun from 3-point range. That was good for 64% if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
That's crazy for a team to be shooting like that. At mahirap pigilan yon.
And hindi naman talaga nila itinitira yung outside shots. They take 3-pointers on opportunities, but they're an inside scoring team.
Out of the system that they're running.
Yung sistema na tinatakpan, it's an inside scoring, hit the post, hit the elbows type of offense.
16 po ang total ng Mapua doon. Nabanggit ni Coach Hammer, Lakap had 4 of those. Pero itong i-feature natin, 24 points, 5 out of 7 from deep in that game. Out of nowhere, inunti-unti nito ni Toby Agustin yung kanyang minuto dito sa season 97. But now, you know, this is what he looks like when he's given full minutes on the court.
The green light, parang yun sa stoplight niya, 3 green lang yung nakita niya. But he rewarded Coach Randy Alcantara's trust. He had a career high the game before, but this is a career high again for him. He tops his previous production, 24 points, nabanggit mo nga kanina, on 5 out of 7 shooting from behind the arc, 71.4%. Yun lang yung kailangan mo. Yeah, Toby, top 3.
Top 3.
Oo, grabe yung mga bitaw niya. And the looks was in the flow of the offense.
That's right. Oh, yun ang importante doon. Talagang walang forced para dito sa Mapua Cardinals against the Altas in that particular game. But let's see if they can do that against one of the best defenses in the league and the College of St. Benilde Blazers. Yung kagandahan naman dito kay Coach Randy, iba-ibang player talaga yung lumalahok dun sa mga panalo nila. They're continuing to, you know, reveal more players that are capable in playing here in the NCAA. Susunod na po, makikilala natin yung mga starting lineup na magkabilang panig natin. And of course, jump ball of this game. This is your NCAA Season 97 on GTV.
Ibahagi ang talino, siguradong gwapong-gwapo. Walang pikon dito, katuwaan lang at kwento. At kung hindi ka sigurado, ask mo.
Baklod, anong paborito mong buhatin pag nasa gym ka?
Dumbbell.
Sa mga teammates mo, sinong pabigat?
Si Sean Umali.
Gusto ko yung pag-name drop. Very good. Sean! Kim, natawagan ka na ba ng traveling?
Maraming beses.
Saan ang favorite travel destination mo?
Sa Japan. Kasi ando yung side ng papa ko.
Kung coach ka sa team nyo, sino sa first 5 ang ibabangko mo?
Si Barba.
Bakit si Barba?
Masyado kaming kinukulit lahat eh. Kahit tulog kami, gigisingin kami na eh.
Nilaglag ka ni Renzo eh. Sabi nangungulit ka daw.
Narinig ko nga yun eh. Ako na lagi nilalaglag ng mga yan eh.
Ano naman comment mo doon? Totoo ba na ginigising mo sila para matulog ulit?
Action-packed game here at the NCAA Season 97. Stronger together, buo ang puso. Broadcast live over GTV locally and worldwide via GMA Pinoy TV and GMA News TV International. Let's meet the starters for the St. Benilde Blazers. At guard number 7, Robbie Naive. At guard number 26, JC Culiar. At center number 27, Ladis Lepalam. At forward number 6, Makoy Marcos. And at forward number 0, Will Gosu. Head coach for CSB is Charles
Back inside the St. Benilde Gym in LaSalle Green Hills. Ito po yung magsisimula para sa College of St. Benilde, the host school of the NCAA Season 97 that will feature balik sa starting unit si Ladis Lepalam, si Joshua Marcos naman or Makoy Marcos will join Gozum Culiar Naive para kay Coach Charles Chu.
Highly versatile starting 5. I like the game of Makoy Marcos. Ganda na nilalaro. And perfect complement for the team that they have. They have 2 scorers and he fills the gaps ng mga kulang sa team.
Sa kabila naman for the Mapua Cardinals, ito talaga yung solid starting unit ni Coach Randy. Pero si Toby Agustin getting the start today. Para dito sa kanya, second straight start para dito kay Coach Randy pala dahil nagsimula din to. But this is the starting lineup for the Mapua Cardinals. Ito yung mga referee natin, Paria, Julia, yan po yung mga mag-o-officiate ng laban natin. Unang offering natin of our Tuesday doubleheader in your NCAA Season 97. Last 2 weeks of the elimination round. So it should be intense. It should be action-packed. Here we go. CSB contra Mapua. 4-2 right now. Here is Lepalam, unable to convert from point blank.
Great look, great pass galing kay Robbie Naive. And the patience, dati si Naive, atake na lang yan eh. But he now recognizes that the defense is not giving him an inch to attack.
Yaring his teammates involved early itong si Robbie Naive. But here's Toby Agustin. fresh off that career game. Pumukol agad mula sa tres. Wala yung tira niya. And here comes Cuellar. JC, aatake. Cuellar with the left hand.
Basic move para kay JC Cuellar. Attacking the ball stop, going behind the back, and then splitting the help side defender, finishing with the offhand.
Some aggression from JC Cuellar.
That's what they need. Yan na lang nga yung missing link if you're looking at both teams. Benilde, kailangan ng point guard talaga na magsa-stabilize kasi may nahihirapan sila pag si Naive yung nagpo-point.
Speaking of point guards na gusto mag-stabilize ng kanyang team, here's Ryan Lakap. Ever consistent for Mapua this year, scores their first 2 points.
Hindi lang to point guard. Lahat ng posisyon lalaruin niya on that wing area because he can play defense.
Tsaka malaki katawan ng Lakap. Oh! Gandang pasa ni Nokum. Nokum wisely sending it to Agustin. And here comes Lakap now. Will set the table for the Cardinals. That's their first steal of the ball game. Here's Agustin. Will challenge Gozum. Oh, sent back by Lepalam.
And that is not the game of Toby Agustin. Yung uma-atake, nagke-create ng tira para sa sarili niya. He works well in the flow of their offense.
Oo nga, complete opposite dun sa pinag-usapan natin kanina nung pregame. Lahat ng tira niya, ang galing dun sa flow ng opensa.
Galing sa pasa, galing sa breakdown.
But here is Nokum. Will start the 3-point party for Mapua here.
Ganon din yung simula niya. Last game, he hit a right corner 3-pointer. Dito naman, on the left wing, para kay Renz Nokum.
It is not going to be answered here by CSB as Robbie Naive misses the triple try. Agustin ang magsiset dito para sa Mapua.
Oh, look, getting a double high look as a 4 guy.
Bonifacio, that's his spot, and he makes it.
This would be a key matchup, Warren Bonifacio and Will Gozum. Makikita natin yan throughout the ball game. And they're not matched up right now because Lepalam is playing center.
We'll give you guys a preview of that later, our key matchup of the game.
Oh, no! Oh. I thought it was an illegal screen on that check ni Makoy Marcos. Good hard screen. They're running that Americans play, yung triangle sa ilalim, screen the screener.
So it's going to be Nokum called for the foul. But some early action here. The Mapua Cardinals with a better start so far. 7-2 is the count. Will looking to change that. Some hang time and hitting the shot.
Pinomba pa sa taas. Good screen by JC Cuellar off the inbound. Usually you see the guards getting the ball and the bigs setting a screen. But two different scenarios. Umatake naman dun yun. See Will Gozum with that pick action ni JC Cuellar off the inbound.
Here is Agustin. Wala ulit. And that's going to be a foul underneath. So, this is a change of game plan for Mapua.
Shot attempt na ni Toby Agustin, if I'm not mistaken. 4th or 5th shot attempt. And we're just inside 3 minutes.
Check natin So far, nakatali pa lang tatlo.
Mas may isa, sinupal-pal siya
yun. Correct. Here's Lakap on the catch. Lakap the step back. Maigse para dito sa Mapua. And here comes CSB. On the move, Naive will lay it up and in. As we go to Mapua side, nandyan si Chantal Laude. Chantal?
Maraming salamat, Martin. Number 16, yan ang tandaan yung numero. Kasi nabanggit sa akin ang team captain na si Warren Bonifacio na for every game they play, ang kanilang goal is to limit their opponent into only 16 points per quarter. Under the system nga of Coach Randy Alcantara, ang sabi niya, kailangan natin mag-focus sa defense. Secondary na lang yung offense kasi minsan medyo chances lang tong opensa natin pero sa depensa, walang malas. Kaya ngayon, dahil pares na depensa ang ating mga teams, the question now is sino kaya ang mas matibay at mas brusko sa larong ito? And most importantly, will the Cardinals be able to limit Benilde to only 16 points for this quarter? Balik sa inyo.
Chantal, maraming salamat and we will take note of that. 16 points per quarter. Ano, may significance pala? May 16 na yan para kay Coach Randy. Also 16 3-pointers for them in the previous game. And here's Will Gozum at the free throw line. Pero aabangan po natin yan. Titignan natin kung magagawa yan ng Mapua dito. But that's the challenge now for Mapua.
Totoo. Kami nun, Martin, when I was playing for San Beda, 15 points per quarter. That's the limit. Because we aim to be a very good defensive team. And we had a very good linebacker in Sam Ekwe. So kami, perimeter-oriented talaga na. We limit 3-pointers. And then, kung mga breakdown, bahala na si Patrick Ewing doon.
Rekta, may intimidator ka na sa ilalim. Nokum though, going coast to coast that time.
Top 10. Top 10.
For sure. Nokum in full gear early on here as Lepalam misses on the short stab.
I like the aggression of Ladis Lepalam ngayong taon. Binibigyan na siya sa poste. He became a serviceable big guy and he engages the offense. Dahil si Gozum naglalaro ngayon off the ball.
Correct. May versatility na nga itong si Ladis. Pagbalik po natin, patuloy ang aksyon sa ating first quarter.
They break the news and give all the updates. They even get inside the mind of the coaches, players, and even the fans. They make the games even more exciting. Meet the eyes and ears of your favorite team's huddle. They are the courtside reporters of your NCAA Season 97. Catch all the action live Tuesdays to Wednesdays and Fridays to Sundays, 12 noon, with recap episodes at these times on GTV.
Balik sa laban natin, this is your NCAA Season 97 on GTV. Our key matchup, ito po yung pinag-uusapan natin kanina. Two bigs na nasa MVP talks natin in Season 97, Gozum and Bonifacio.
Both top 10 when it comes to rebounding. Number 4 si Warren Bonifacio at 10.2. 9.6, a shade under 10 boards itong si Will Gozum, but he's also in the top 10 when it comes to scoring with 14 a game. And also, one of the best shot blockers in the league with 1.5 blocks a game. But the stability that Warren Bonifacio provides sa Mapua, playing undersized as a center. He's my size, around 6'4", 6'5". And you're going up against guys like Will Gozum at the forward position at 6'6", 6'7".
Yan. Both former Red Robins.
Champion team.
Yan, nahinandal ni Coach Randy. And speaking of Bonifacio, he converts on their side as we go to CSB's dugout. Nandiyan si Michelle Naldo. Go ahead, Michelle.
Martin and Coach, ang tanging nasa isip ng Blazers today coming from their last game kontra JRU are the important lessons learned from a loss na ito'y magfu-fuel ng laban nila today. To realign their mindset, Coach Charles sat them down and reminded them that that's really just basketball. We win some, we lose some, but what's important is to learn from it and bounce back tougher. After a restful few days break during the Holy Week, balik sila sa pag-iensayo at pag-aaral na rin with more drive than before. Captain Ball JC Collier echoes what Coach Charles says that they should focus on effective defense and rebounding with double the effort and intensity. I checked in also with the rest of the team. Will is good to go after he was out in last game's fourth quarter. So let's hope that won't be much of a problem in this game now. But Robbie, AJ, JC, Miggy, and the rest have also recuperated and are ready to take on the Mapua Cardinals. Balik sa inyo, Martin and Coach. Hammer.
Thank you so much, Michelle. That's great news for CSB. Will is good to go. Hopefully 100% as he makes his way in. But that's, you know, the attitude everyone should have here in this season. A shortened season that we have, Coach Hammer. Kailangan talagang may short-term memory ka lang. Pag natalo ka ng ganun, lalo na kung ganun yung sitwasyon.
That's sports. Yeah. Next play. It's always about the next play.
At masusubukan din siyempre yung kanilang character as a team. You know, how they will bounce back in that particular situation that they were in. Here's Prince Carlos, who's been playing
lights out.
Lights out in the past few games.
And one of my favorite players in the NCAA, AJ Action Benson.
Let's go.
Pagkapasok nito talagang there's always something positive that happens. He provides energy for the squad.
And speaking of energy, Will tried to throw it down, just misses the dunk.
Nag-slip yung bola sa kamay ni Will Gozum.
That
was a bad pass.
That would have been an easy highlight, yeah? Up top.
Bad pass yung yung high-low na yun. Buti na lang natapik ng bahagya.
Ball staying.
It's a foul on the high-low on Warren Bonifacio.
So ball staying on the side of Mapua. Here is Gamboa, Arvin, tsaka si Paolo Hernandez, pinalitan, si Lakap, at tsaka si Agustin. Mapua right now doing a great job against CSB. Kalahati pa lang nung required points ng Mapua ang nai-score ng CSB, which is
Right
8.
on target. Right on target.
Right. Bonifacio, good deflection. That's a second block from Will today. First quarter pa lang tayo.
Hindi lang kasi matangkad si Will Gozum. Mahaba din yung wingspan niya. Told you! Action Benson!
Off the bench, Benson scoring right away. And AJ Benson.
Definitely.
Energizer
I love how he communicates, especially on defense. Laking bagay niyan eh.
And they forced the turnover on the other side. And we've seen this happen before. Pagpasok ng AJ Benson. Here he is, putting it on the floor, seeing the lane, and able to use his body as protection to get the layup to drop. Bit of color here between Carlos and Pido. Mga gwardiya natin. That's good physical action here in the NCAA.
And physicality, pinababayaan sa NC. Pinababayaan sa NCAA
especially this year.
I love how it's being officiated. Any closed fist, any thrown elbow, even on the body, they call it. But good physical contact, putting your body, a little bit of an arm bar when playing defense. That's how we play basketball. And the referees are letting the players play. But anything outside of that will be called.
Matik, tinatawagan. Mabilis, tinatawagan.
Tip your hat to Commissioner Bay Cristobal. And I would always say this because nung naglalaro ako, minsan malambot yung tawagan. Gusto ko yung ganito eh, yung bibigyan ka na. Maybe it's my personal take, personal perspective. You let the players play. Dahil pag pinituan mo ng pinituan yung depensa, pag bumabang ka, medyo mag-aalangan na eh. Hindi gumaganda yung laro natin.
Correct. Ito nga, talagang, we've been featuring highly physical games in the season. Ito muna yung girian nila Pido at saka ni Prince Carlos. Bangga lang ng konti.
May extension kasi.
Yun
yung mahirap hindi tawagan dahil he extended this elbow. Pero kung papalapit ka and then you just put the arm bar. Sorry Martin, dahil ginagawa niya.
Okay lang.
you would put the arm bar on the chest or on the body of the offensive player. Okay lang kasi wala pa yung play. But if you extend that elbow, yun yung pwedeng tawagan.
Ito si Commissioner Bay Cristobal ngayon. Alam naman ko yung weight ni Hammer dun.
Konti lang.
Slight lang.
Sa inyo yung time under tension mo na bench press eh.
Grabe naman. Okay. Pero ito, chine-check nila yung magiging tawag and they are going to make it official.
Your pick for your fantasy team coach?
Right. Coach Charles. There's an unsportsmanlike foul.
Unsportsmanlike foul on number 7, Jeric Pido.
So, si Pido yung tatawagan dito. So, that will result to free throws.
I love how Benson
possession.
went to the free throw line. Expecting to shoot the free throw.
Ready.
Love this guy. Love this guy.
Maka-fake siya dun sa Mapua eh. Here's Prince Carlos at the free throw line. In and out on the first. Of course, Prince Carlos sa mga veterans na fini-feature ng CSB this year.
Second year niya, no? Veteran na siya. I think he's on his sophomore or third year.
Third year, yeah. Talagang from the Zobel program, of course.
And umakyat na rin yung minutes ni Prince eh. From playing, virtually not playing in the first 3 games and then getting 14 and then 17, now 19 minutes the past game. Nakita natin na he's earning the trust of Coach Charles.
He's been answering the call, Coach Hammer.
Malaki puntos. Yung nilalaro nila and this other guy, Cortez.
And look at that, Prince Carlos with all the confidence there. Turnaround is good and we are 13 all in this game. 5-0 para dito sa CSB Blazers. To tie things up, Arvin Gamboa, pinabantayan ni Corteza.
Ganda nung press ng Benilde, but this is one of those things na ginawa ng St. Benilde in year 2000. A lot of teams are trapping. San Sebastian in the finals was trapping on that. They made the 4 guy bring down the ball. Al Magpayo was the guy na nagdadala ng bola. This is a little revisionist history. 22 years ago, yun yung ginagawa na kasi pumipress ang mga teams. And now, nakikita na natin yung evolution ng laro. Arvin Gamboa is 6'5". And he could dribble, he could break down, and he can play point forward kasi malaki na nakakapag-dribble.
Yan nga medyo nagiging role this year neto ni Arvin Gamboa. Just doing a little bit of everything.
And all of the teams have that guy.
Right.
Na malaki, nakakapag-dribble, good passer. And it's part of the evolution of basketball na din. Lala ko lang kasi big guy yung nagbababa ng bola.
no?
Kasi dati pagka-trap, as we see a turnover here by Mapua.
That's another turnover forced here by CSB. And now, they have the opportunity to take the lead.
Pagka mga press, gusto mo big guy yung nagiging decision maker. Ngayon, hindi na eh. Sila na yung nagiging point of attack.
Mabibilis na kasi yung mga big guys natin yan. Eto si Gozum. Inilabas kay Carlos. Carlos now will challenge the D of Waki Garcia. Ooh! Getting hit in the face. Etong si Prince Carlos. It is another unsportsmanlike foul on Mapua. This time, it's gonna be on Garcia.
And I want to see how his dad would comment on that. So right here, it was just a ball pressure. Oh, they got to review that. He was trying for the ball. He was trying for a swipe on the ball.
But that's what they do nowadays. Syempre, initially they'll call the unsportsmanlike foul, but after reviewing, they could easily downgrade it kung regular foul lang itatawag.
Prince Carlos eh. Tapos off naman yung shooting niya ngayon, di ba? Off yung shooting niya. Yung shooting sa court ang ginagawa niya ngayon. For Kapuso Stars.
Focus! Oh,
multitasking.
diba?
Pero, on opportunity, pwede yan, no? Oh, it's an unsportsmanlike foul. That's a second one called for Mapua.
They just confirmed it here. So that's another opportunity at the line for College of St. Benilde and a possession.
Because you would go back. Again, may house rules ang NCAA. But you go back to the FIBA rulebook. Any foul above the shoulder would be called an automatic unspo, and then they would review it.
Okay, when we return, it's going to be a trip to the free throw line, of course, possession for CSB.
Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong solusyon sa pang-araw-araw nating pamumuhay.
Actually creates a huge impact.
Tunghayan ang episodes online dahil sa GMA News and Public Affairs Digital. We show you what's next now.
They break the news and give all the updates. They even get inside the mind of the coaches, players, and even the fans. They make the games even more exciting. Meet the eyes and ears of your favorite team's huddle. They are the courtside reporters of your NCAA Season 97. Catch all the action live Tuesdays to Wednesdays and Fridays to Sundays, 12 noon, with recap episodes at these times on GTV.
Fouls, highly physical matchups between our point guards here. Pero ito yung numero niya so far this year. In the past 3 games, you know, he's been proving his value off the bench for Coach Charles.
2 out of 3, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 4. 7 out of 10 from 3-point range. 70%. Mga kapuso, 70%. So sa 7 tinitira, sa 10 tinitira, 7 pumapasok. And that's almost 10 points a game, a rebound, and assist. And the more important thing about Prince Carlos, he's the 3rd best 3-point shooter in season 97 at 41.2% makes a game. Yan yung percentage niya. But yung minuto, ayan, we need to stress it. Players excel when they're given the minutes and vote of confidence by their coach.
And he earned those minutes for CSB.
Basta shoot eh.
Ayun, oh. Inunti-unti. Mind you, yung mga baskets po niya doon, some of those were big baskets. Either pamatay sunog, pagrumaran yung kalaban nila, o pang-extend ng lead. And Prince Carlos here at the free throw line, 1 out of 2.
Splitting his charities on 4 attempts. He made 2 and a jumper.
So CSB back on top here, 14-13. And a full recovery for them. This is now a 6-0 blitz. Corteza from the free throw line drops that one in.
Favorite shot of Corteza, short corner and elbow.
And CSB adding on to this lead. It is now at 3, 16-13. 2:25 to go. Medyo inaalat dito. In this stretch, ang Mapua Cardinals. Here's Gamboa. Gamboa nails it.
Tough shot. Falling away. Pwede pa tawagan ng foul si Corteza because he took away the landing spot. But no harm done. Made basket for Arvin Gamboa.
Much needed for Mapua. Here's the corner shot. Miggy. That's in and out. Here's Will.
Haba ng Gozum eh.
Nahirapan doon. I-box out ni Arvin. Itong si Will Gozum.
Actually, naka-box out na siya. Pero haba nung kamay eh.
Naabot.
Oo.
So Will Gozum will head to the free throw line. This is his third trip, if I'm not mistaken. Or second trip, rather, for Will Gozum here. 2 out of 2 earlier. He's got 4 points and 3 boards so far. And that's what they're looking for this year. Kasi marami sa mga teams natin, mga players natin, nagsastruggle mula sa free throw line. Of course, trying to get a feel of things here in our tournament.
But alam mo, Martin, with Will Gozum, may ididiin pa eh. Magaling talaga eh. Meron at meron yung bata. Hindi mo pa nakikita yung full menu ng laro talaga ni Will Gozum eh.
Marami pa nga itong ibibigay. Ito si Warren Bonifacio. That's great D from CSB. Bonifacio tried to cut and escape from Will Gozum. Masyado lang mababa yung pasa.
And great pressure there by, I think that was Miggy Corteza on the passer. The smaller Renz Noku.
Ito si Prince Carlos. A minute and a half remaining in our first quarter. Chris Flores, by the way, is in for CSB. Benson going baseline. Runs into a double. Here's Corteza forcing one up. Wala. Hernandez calmly bringing the ball down up against a big guy in Flores. Hernandez will attack and is able to draw the foul. So that is 2 free throws coming up here for Hernandez as Mosqueda is called for his first personal.
So nakikita natin, Martin, 2 things that Mapua does on offense. They want to force that sideline triangle, and then on the ball reversal, look for the high-low. But on that instance, yung dalawang big guys nagte-trail, they opt to attack every time, going to the baseline. It's a handful of times na ginawa na nila this season, and that's the primary break na tinatakbo talaga ng Mapua.
And they have a lot of guards, you know, that
can attack.
Big score. May lakap ka, may Hernandez, sama mo pa ng Nokum.
And another guy na merong ididiin pa is Paulo Hernandez.
Right.
He was the best player in one of their wins na kausap natin dito. But this guy can really grow into that lead dog role dito sa Mapua. That's lacking eh. Yun na lang yung lacking sa team nila, yung take charge guy in the end game.
Yung pa hinahanap niya dito, especially, you know, coming from an injury. Ito si Corteza, hustle for the loose ball. It ends up with Mosqueda. But off the hustle of Corteza as well. 9 seconds to shoot. Mosqueda. Wala. And Gamboa with the board. Here is Hernandez. Paulo now against Flores. Interesting to dahil yung 3 or 4 na si Flores, binabantayan si Hernandez. Ito kakapasok lang. Asuncion. Wala. Here's the layup for Arvin Gamboa.
Basic basketball. You see a mismatch. Try to cut, get a speed cut. Kung di ka malibre, merong post-up. But great recognition by Mercado to Gamboa.
That's right. Prince Carlos now. Lead is back with Mapua here. Crossover. Gandang abang ng Waki Garcia, pero natawagan siya ng foul.
Parang yung tatay dumipensa. Una katawan talaga every time. And Waki Garcia gained a good amount of weight. A good amount of weight. And he was exposed to regional basketball and commercial leagues throughout the pandemic. So, bumabangga siya on pressure eh.
Ito may palitan dyan ni Coach Randy. Lakap. Meron ding malaki rin ang katawan. Kaya mambuli. Oo. Patapos Garcia off the bench. Ito nga si Lakap. Pinalitan si Garcia. Garcia called for his second personal. So, Prince Carlos getting several trips at the free throw line.
This is his third trip, if I'm not mistaken. Going 2 out of 2. 6 points for Prince.
Off the bench for CSB. Pangatlong pang-apat pala. Natabla na natin dito sa ating laban at 19 all. And we're only in the first quarter. Here's Nokum on the last attempt. Nokum going all the way. Wala. Here's the heave. Carlos needs to put one up. Mosqueda, no. And that's going to be the end of our first 10 minutes of action here inside the St. Benilde Gym in LaSalle Green Hills. And the CSB Blazers and Mapua Cardinals, well, toe-to-toe here. Tied at 19 apiece after the first, Coach Hammer.
And this is our play of the quarter. Good spin move. And the big guy showing the handles, contact, and of course the hang time.
Hang time.
Pumirma pa sa area.
Hangs and hits. Will Gozum with 5 points for CSB in the first. I'll be right back for our second quarter action. Ito po ang inyong NCAA Season 97.
Ikinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Pusuan ang totoo! Ngayong eleksyon 2022, sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat matapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo.
CSB at Mapua in Season 97, Coach.
Top 3 in scoring ang College of St. Benilde Blazers, and at the rate that they're going, medyo maganda ang itinatakbo. They are in that striking distance. Assist numbers, nabanggit natin in pregame number 2, ang Cardinals. But here's a key stat. Strength on strength. Bench scoring and yung starter scoring. Magkaiba yung tema nitong dalawang koponan. Coming off the bench, malakas itong koponan ng Mapua. So, aantabayanan natin kung sino ba talaga yung aangat yung laro. Check that, St. Benilde. Almost 38 points a game from the bench ang St. Benilde Blazers. Starters naman ng Mapua are the #1 scoring unit.
Yung sa starters.
44.5%. Medyo na-flip ko lang yung ating stat right there, but that's a shot clock violation.
So in this juncture, panimula ng ating second quarter, we should expect CSB to get a little bit more points as we see both coaches here, both very good coaches, Coach Charles, Coach Randy.
Top draft picks, di ba?
Right.
On our fantasy draft.
Correct. Pinili ko si Coach Charles, si Mikey pinili, si Coach Randy.
Anton, Coach Boyet.
Coach Boyet ang pinili niya. Ikaw, Coach Louie. Yan. Oh, here's Corteza. Corteza, one of the few starters on the floor for CSB. Actually, the lone starter na nandito ngayon. Or hindi, wala. Wala pala to. Second unit na pala. I correct myself.
Nepalam started.
Yun, Nepalam pala. That's right.
Past game star si Corteza nag-start.
Yun.
With Gozum.
Lack up for 3. And Lack up knocks it down.
Still online. 4-4 last game. Itong si Carl Brian Lack-up. Then making his first 3-pointer today.
And only the second 3-pointer here for the Mapua Cardinals.
Babalik talaga law of averages. Pag hindi tumama sa una, babalikan mo yung strength mo eh.
Here's Lim. Driving, attacking the defense of Hernandez. Lim. Wala. Balik ang bola sa Mapua.
And against Letran, Lim had a handful of drives, a handful of penetrations. That was eye-opening dahil hindi natin halos kilala yung ibang mga rotation pieces ng CSB.
Correct. Ito ngayon, speaking of CSB, puntahan natin si Michelle Naldo. Michelle?
Martin and Coach, I had a good conversation with Miggy Corteza kagabi kung saan na-share niya yung experience as a transferee playing his first season dito. Sabi niya sa akin na his school and team welcomed him with open arms at ito yung nagpadali sa kanyang adjustment. Since then, itunuturin na siyang hype man ng team at balita ko'y magaling din ito sumayaw. Malaking difference talaga ang nagawa ng CSB program sa kanya, hindi lang sa ball game, pero pati na rin sa off-court life niya, kung kaya't laban at laban itong si Miggy. Ani niya, we play for our coaches kasi they've sacrificed so much for us. It's just right, we also play hard for them. Your thoughts, Martin and Coach?
Michelle, we'll talk about your report later on, but for now, let's go to this timeout by CSB.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more awesome, wholesome content out there. Make your day!
Back to the coverage. Still in the second quarter. Early minutes of the second frame here. And Mapua has their biggest lead so far at 25-19. Michelle was talking about Miggy Corteza earlier. Has been the energizer of the bench. He had, one big game for CSB. 24 points, 11 rebounds a couple of games ago. So this guy is very capable. But he's just fulfilling his role for his Coach Charles. Yeah.
Swabe siya dun sa role niya na third big guy, rotation piece, pag pinasok, provides offense and rebounding energy sa kanilang squad.
CSB, their struggles very evident dito sa second quarter. No field goal since 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So almost 5 minutes na walang field goal. Give or take a few seconds. So, titignan natin Kaya binalik na rin I think they need Robin Ivan will go on the floor. My boys on the fantasy draft. Production. Believer ako ng system na tinatakbo and this system fits their talent talaga.
Of course, top 2 scorers yan ng CSB this year. Naive at 14.5. Gozum at just about 14 points per game. Ito naman si Paolo Hernandez at the free throw line. Early points for Paolo here. 5 points so far. But Mapua on the attack in the second frame, recovering from that slight dry spell to end the first quarter. Eto na ulit sila. Abante ng 9 na puntos, pinakamalaki ng laban natin. Carlos from the corner. That's in and out. Flores hustling for it, and ball will be tapped outside. Naive, wala. And the struggles continuing here for Robbie Naive.
And a lot of physicality underneath the basket. Pero dito natin, grabe naman yung galaw na yun. Everything but the finish.
Just unable to hit was Paulo Hernandez. But that was a good penetration.
Inside out, cross. Everything but the shot. Inside out, cross. Stretching with the left hand. Bagyang nabitin lang You know what? The defense of Mapua ngayon, ito na yung luxury of having the same size players. Kasi si Hernandez matangkad din to for a 2 guard. They're switching and they're playing floor defense dahil mas malaki talaga ang St. Benilde kesa sa kanila.
That's true, Coach Hammer. You see the bigs right now. Nitong Mapua, they have Mercado, Asuncion, and Agustin.
6'2", 6'3" lang Tapos naka-zone sila, mama-match up zone. Every so often, jump switch.
Sanko, pinigay sa labas. McCoy, thinking about it. Pinigay ulit kay Culyar. 4 seconds for JC. Culyar, nice find. But the pass was too low for Mark Sanko that time. 9-point lead still for Mapua. And they are forcing a ton of turnovers against CSB in this second frame. Tignan natin yung field goal shooting. Wala pang naipapasok. But they have more attempts from the field in the second quarter. 0 out of 5. Agustin drops in the triple.
Right on cue, 3-point shots. Toby Agustin, yan yung laro niya.
Ayan,
Hindi yung aatake, magtatapon ng bola. He just parks himself and catch, shoot, rinse, and repeat.
And don't look now, it is a 12-point advantage for the Mapua Cardinals. And they will get it back. Guys, pagsimula po natin ng ating second quarter, hindi pa nakakapuntos ang CSB. This is now a 12-0 run.
And 2 minutes and 40 without a field goal
Ayun.
in the first half.
Simula pa dun.
Martin, quick shoutouts tayo.
Yeah.
International viewers natin. Nanonood from Alberta, Calgary, Canada. My very good friend, Papi Carl Ver, and his wife, and ng aking anak si Kai, watching there. International viewer natin. And NCAA alumni, Kuya James Sudensyal, slam dunk king ng NCAA from San Beda, watching from California naman ngayon.
Thank you for watching.
Para daw Steph Curry maglaro yung mga player natin, benga ng benga sa labas.
Lalo tong Mapua, ito si Lakap. Oh, another three-pointer
Right
for Mapua.
Second three-pointer ni Carl Bryan, Lakap 2 out of 2 if I'm not mistaken.
Maganda nga ang nilalaro dito ng Mapua. Let's see how CSB will answer. Go zoom, unable to hit. And here come the Cardinals. They will slow it down to Paulo Hernandez. And now let's go to Chantal Laude.
Indeed, for today, this game for the Cardinals is a do-or-die game. Kanina nga kakasimula pa lang ng laro pero intense na ang atmosphere sa side ng Mapua Cardinals. At kung mapapansin nyo, medyo tahimik rin kanina ang ating players on the benches. Pero coming into the second quarter, ang battle cry nga nila at ang kanilang word of the day, depensa. Mukhang nag-loosen up na rin ang Cardinals as they've been cheering on the benches and really getting those shoots. Nabanggit nga sa akin kahapon ni Waki Garcia, ang co-captain, na kailangan nila pantayan ng energy ng Benilde at sila na raw on the benches ang magbo-boost ng kumpiyansa ng koponan. Balik sa inyo.
Chantal, maraming salamat. And that's the urgency we are witnessing right now for Mapua, treating this one as a do-or-die game against CSB. Kaya magandang itinatakbo nila dito.
At saka hindi basta-bastang matchup to. It's on the number 3, the third best team, and the fourth best team. And they're on a gridlock at 4-2.
That's right. Nokum with the find. Agustin has the look. Maigsi lang para kay Agustin. And here
Super
comes.
green light.
Colliar hangs and hits somehow.
Taking the contact, switching hands after the contact with the offhand.
Badly needed basket for CSB. After that 15-0 blast to begin the second quarter. For Mapua, here's Bonifacio. Dadagdagan pa. Masyadong malakas. Gozum with the board. Colliar. Crossover. Drive. Spin. Sending it out to Robbie. Tignan natin kung makakapuntos yung Robbie Naive. Naive all the way to the hoop.
And right now, they need to go to their penetration because the half-court defense of Mapua shifted to the zone. Dalawa lang yan kung paano mo atakihin. With outside shots and penetrations. Or, the third one is getting offensive rebounds.
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe? What is climate change? Because information is crucial, we're giving you all the facts that you need.
Anong mga lugar sa Pilipinas ang COVID-free?
Introducing Need to Know, a weekly explainer series from GMA News and Public Affairs.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Watch Need to Know, available on GMA News Facebook page and our YouTube.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more awesome, wholesome content out there. Make your day!
Back to the coverage here. A couple of three-pointers for Mapua to stretch this lead. Lock up with one there. Here's another one coming from this guy. And lock up again, 4 out of 4 in the previous game. He's got 2 here. Mapua has 5 in the first half so far. And here are the numbers for Coach Randy's team.
Perimeter scoring 22 a game and 3-point field goals made 5 a game. Yan yung average nila, their first 5 games. But against Perpetual, 58 points. More than 2.5 times ng production ng ginagawa nila the first 5 games. And 16 made 3-pointers at 64%. Laking bagay yan. And if you're looking at the stats, 5 made 3-pointers, pasok na pasok ngayon. They are 5 out of 12. Carl Brian Lacap leading the way with 2 made 3-pointers. 2 out of 4 na siya on this game.
At napaka-importante po ng 3-point shot, especially
sa
today's game.
Sa laro ngayon.
Exactly.
Even the Blazers are one of the best 3-point shooting teams. But right now, wala pa silang nakukuha.
5 out of 12 so far. Itong Mapua Cardinals can give you that big separation pag nakasunod-sunod ka ng tres. At yan nga ang nangyayari sa Mapua dito. No 3-pointers so far for CSB. Shooting 0 out of 7 from deep. Pero meron silang mga 3-point shooter din dito. You got Robbie Naive, AJ Benson. That can shoot it from downtown. The Cardinals though, going full force in the second frame. Outscoring CSB so far 15-4. To carry this 11-point lead. Knock 'em from straight away. Wala. That's a difficult shot. Great defense by McCoy.
So ito na naman once they go on their own way, the pieces of Mapua fits the system. Kaya pinagkukuha ni Coach Randy. Dahil high school pa lang naglalaro na sa kanya. But once they veer away from the system, medyo nag-aalangan nag-iiba yung takbo ng laro nila.
Tulad nun at yung mga early plays ni Toby Agustin. Here's Gozum. Sending it out. Benson with the left hand.
Nice looking shot by AJ Benson.
Soft touch from AJ. Brings it back down to 9. Talking about the lead of Mapua.
Of all the Blazer players that I like, AJ is my favorite talaga. And I like Robbie, itong si Will Gozum, the way that they play. But Benson gives you a different look. Silang dalawa ni Corteza.
That's right. 2 key pieces in the second unit of Coach Charles. Here's a foul.
The energy that they provide for the team. Pagka lumalaylay na yung balikat, tulad nito, malaki yung labang. And against Letran, nung kumakawala yung Letran in the fourth quarter, those were the two guys that really tooth and nail.
Ito yung pasa kanina. It was McCoy finding Benson on the short stab.
Looking a little bit healthier because again, he suffered that sprained ankle after that Letran game.
Robbie Naive. A wise attack from Robbie could get some points at the free throw line.
You know who Robbie Naive reminds me of? Guys that I played against for St. Benilde. Paulo Orbeta. He's the same scorer, but this guy is a little bit more stocky. Si Paulo mas athletic lang. But the way that they attack, going to the right side, yung hesitation dribble, and then go throw their weight and body to the defender. Same type of player. Pero magagalit si Pao pag sinabi kong ma-shooter si Robbie Naive.
Sana hindi nakikinig si
Hindi nanonood yan every game ng St. Benilde. Ever since we graduated, a big fan of the Blazers. Itong si Paulo Orbeta won a championship on that 2000 squad. He was the freshman nung team na yun.
Okay, rookie siya noon.
I think he was on the team. Basta part na siya ng program He's part of that winning program.
That was
Coach,
a strong
the late
team.
great Coach Dong Vergara.
That was a strong team though, featured by CSB there. 1 out of 2 is Robbie. Again, looking to regain his shooting touch. Etong si Robbie Naive, but this is a good attack coming from Renz Nokum. Able to draw the foul. At siya naman ang babawi sa linya dito para sa Mapua. Punta nga natin, may greetings tayo dito. Let's greet our cameraman, Michael Arellano. A happy birthday, Michael Arellano. Chief. There, gano'n lang. And also happy viewing.
Napasok mo talaga yun, ha?
Kailangan. Happy viewing sa Hernandez family of Banay-Banay, San Jose.
Family ni
Batangas.
Paulo yan.
Ayan. Siyempre, nakasuporta dito kay Paulo na maganda ang ipinapakita sa ating first half. He's got 8 points and 4 rebounds. Talking about Paulo Hernandez. But this guy continues to lead the way for Mapua here. It's Renz Nokum with 9 points for them after those free throws. Gozum ang nagbababa. Here's Gozum. Will sending it out to AJ. They swing the ball around. McCoy with a good ball fake. Masyado lang malakas yung
Everything
tira.
but the shot. Nakita natin yung pag-close out ni Jeric Pido, nag-hesitate And the details, nakikita mo it's the IQ of the players.
Lost his defender that time. Here's the ball. Robbie tapping that ball out of bounds. A 10-point lead still by Mapua. A slightly recovery para dito sa CSB.
Still on single digits, 7 points in the third quarter for the number 3 offensive team.
And Mapua looking committed to that 16-point quota na nilalagay nila sa kanilang mga kalaban. Kanina, slightly lumagpas ang CSB.
So ngayon, kailangan bumawi sila. Kailangan limit lang nila sa 13. Grabe yan nun, Martin. Sa team ko, I could only speak through experience. Pagka ganyan, yung sosobra, suicides kapalit.
So may punishment. Gozum, by the way, scoring on the reverse. He's got 7 points now across his name. And the lead is down to 8.
Lalim nun.
And an offensive foul here. So CSB starting to build a run. Here is the find by AJ Benson. Will Gozum going deep and going to the other side for the reverse.
Abot hanggang kornisa Haba talaga ng Gozum. Haba. Yung build na hinahanap ng mga pro scouts. Tall player, not lanky. May muscular, tall player, so have long wingspan that can play multiple positions.
May shooting din to. Si Will Gozum. I've seen him shoot it from downtown.
Kasi ginagamit siya as an elbows and post operator and sweeper sa ilalim.
Di talaga makaisa yung Robin Ivy pa. So ito si Toby Agustin. Crossover by Toby. Will force the issue on Will. And that's gonna be a foul on Gozum.
They're attacking Will. Kahit kanina. I think it's part of the game plan Kasi nakikita natin Coach Randy and Coach Yong, hindi pa nagsasabihan si Toby They're letting him attack, especially when it's Will covering him one-on-one.
Simula pa to. Simula ng game natin. That was the game plan for Toby Agustin. Batiin natin, Josephine Pido. Magkanak siguro to ni Jeric.
Si Iloilo, mga kaibigan natin Ilonggo.
Watching from Iloilo. Maron Basilio Cruz watching from Pampanga. And the Astoveza family watching from Davao City. We are seen in different regions as well in the Philippines. So marami pong salamat sa inyong pagtutok. Siyempre itong mga players natin, dun din ang galing yan.
Yung Adlaw. Yun. Yung tanan. Sa South, ampun tayo dun.
Yan. Correct.
Dyan Visayas, Mindanao.
Nokum, kick out. Agustin, catch and shoot. Wala. Battle for the loose ball. Jump ball ang tinawag. Mapupunta sa CSB.
And I like the toughness of Toby Agustin. He just puts his body on the driving lane. He bumps people, but nothing dirty. He's just physical, the good way na banggalang, nothing extra.
Good basketball. Good physical basketball coming from Toby. Points this quarter, 18-9 again. It has been the avalanche for Mapua. Naive on the catch and shoot. Wala pa rin para kay Robbie. He is now 0 out of 5 from deep.
Last game din, 0 out of 5 si Robbie Naive. Between him and Benson and Cortesa, 0 out of 11. Silang tatlo, if I'm not mistaken.
Bit of a dry spell for Robbie Naive. Step back for Lakap. Wala. Gozum now with the board. And here comes Robbie. Again, averaging 14.5 points per game this year. Marcos on the attack.
And that's what he can bring to the table. Big, small forward, can bring down the ball, can attack, and pag magkasabay sila ni Benson, interchangeable. Pwede mag-4, pwede mag-3, and nag-iiba yung look. Nagiging 4 out yung opensa ng CSB.
That's right, gives them that versatility dun sa posisyon na yan.
Ganda, no? Iba na yung basketball. Dati, dalawang big boy nakapark sa ilalim, kaya sikip
Ganun lang. Tsaka half court talaga. Here's Nokum. The spin, the shot, the hoop for Renz.
Grabe naman yung pihit na yun. Akala ko bagya pang nabitawan yung bola. Tira pala talaga niya yun. Floater.
Renz Nokum now with 11 points in the game. First guy in double figures for both teams. Last shot time for AJ. AJ Benson going to Colliar all day to shoot. Colliar missing on the triple try. And that's gonna be the end.
Sayang yung mga crossover ni Benson. Iwan pamilya yung mga ganun Iwan barangay
Pero yung galaw kanina nung Nokum on the spin cycle.
Akala ko nabitawan yung bola, but soft touch. Para dito kay Renz Nokum.
What a shot. 11 points in the first half. Look for the clear against Marcos. Spinning away. That long arms. makatulong doon para kay Ren Snoko. Again, Mapua on top right now, 39-30. Yan po yung ating big board. Fuel it with Gatorade. So at halftime, Mapua will carry the 9-point lead. Pagbalik po natin sa ating coverage, we've got some numbers for you kung bakit ganito yung ating talaan ngayon. Ito po ang inyong NCAA Season 97 live on GTV.
Ikinararangal ko pong ihandog sa inyo ang GMA News and Public Affairs Advocacy para sa eleksyon 2022 para sa patas at matalinong desisyon sa mga susunod nating iluluklok sa pwesto. Ako po ang inyong kapuso, Mike Enriquez. Ngayong eleksyon 2022, ang buong sambayanang Pilipino dapat totoo.
Noong eleksyon 2019, ang ating panawagan at panata, pusuan ang totoo. Kaya lumibot tayo sa iba't ibang panig ng bansa para ipakilala at isulong ang mga katangian ng kandidatong totoo.
Pusuan ang totoo! Ngayong eleksyon 2022, sa harap ng hamon na ibangon ang ating bayan, lahat tayo, ang mga kandidato, ang mga botante, at ang pagbabalitang gagabay sa bayan, dapat totoo.
Ang mga tatakbo, dapat totoo.
Totoong may paninindigan para sa tama. Dapat matapat, hindi magnanakaw o tiwali.
Totoong may plataforma at konkretong solusyon sa mga isyong dapat tugunan.
Magpapakatotoo sa kanilang mandato at totoo ang hangad na makapaglingkod.
Hindi personal na kapakanan ang itataguyod.
At dahil nasa atin ang responsibilidad
na iboto ang karapat-dapat na kandidato,
ang paninindigan ng mga botanteng Pilipino.
dapat totoo. Magsaliksik tungkol sa kandidatong susuportahan. Alamin ang kanilang track record.
At huwag basta maniwala
Sa sabi ng iba o ng mga tumatakbo.
Himayin ang kanilang mga plano.
At suriin ang mga proyektong kanilang isinusulong.
pahalagahan, bigyang dangal, at ipaglaban ang boto.
Huwag magpabayad sa sino mang kandidato.
Tumulong sa pagpapalaganap ng katotohanan.
At huwag magkakalat ng fake news.
Ang GMA News and Public Affairs sa pagbabalita ngayong eleksyon.
Part of their offense, dyan sila kumukuha ng maraming puntos, and it opens up a lot of things for their squad.
At yung struggles nila, Coach Hammer, nagpapatuloy dito. Di ba nagsimula yan against the JRU Heavy Bombers? They were red hot before that game. They're winning 4 in a row. Pero dito, hindi pa rin nila makakuha yung kanilang outside touch, yung kanilang usual execution on both ends of the court. At samahan mo pa yan na maganda ang ipinapakita dito ng Mapua Cardinals, Coach Hammer. Again, sila naman, kumbaga yung performance nila din sa Perpetual, dito nag-overflow.
Tumutuloy eh. Nakalimang 3 points. Yun nga yung average nila ng unang 5 laro. Nakuha na nila sa first half. Pero titignan din natin yung defense. The defense of Mapua is closing out on the shooters. They close out long. As we see the numbers here, field goals, 2+2 lang dito ang Mapua. But again, the defense was the number one thing that dictated the tempo of the first half. 0 3-pointers made in the first half.
Again, they had a mission today talking about the Mapua Cardinals to limit the other team to just 16 points per quarter. So, dapat ang total 32 points on pace. Diyan sa number na yan, itong Mapua, because CSB again right now just has 30 points at 0 out of 10 from 3-point range. 5 out of 15 for Mapua for 33%. That has been the biggest disparity so far, and those 3-pointers again creating the separation here for the Mapua Cardinals. So CSB will have to adjust on a lot of things. And especially in reading the defenses given to them by Mapua.
And babalikan natin, Martina, yung mga key stats natin kanina on the tail of the tape. Sinabi natin the number 1 starting unit, the number 1 game plan is the starters scoring for Mapua and the bench scoring for College of St. Benilde. They are number 2 on the league. When you look at our stats, starters scoring +9 ang Mapua at 27-18. Sa kabila naman, tumablas sila on the bench scoring. So clearly, nakikita natin the starters are playing well para dito sa Cardinals. Titingnan natin kung if the bench and the other guys can step up for the Blazers in the second half dahil matagal din silang hindi nakakuha ng puntos to start the quarter. And malaking Red ballpen at check mark dun sa
ballpen talaga.
puntos para dito kay Coach Randy Alcantara because they're targeting 16 points. Pasok na pasok ngayon. They've given them 11 points in the second quarter. Mababa yan sa 32 na gusto na makuha. Na gustong ibigay lang pala rather ng Mapua.
Ng Mapua. Ito yung mga plays natin sa ating first half. Renz Nocum, 2 of our leading scorers. Yung kanina nakita nyo si Will Gozum. Ito si Renz Nocum. Really providing us with a variety of plays here. Look at that. His length alone creating some breathing space for him.
Niya, herky-jerky eh. Kanan kaliwa, hihinto, tapos bigla na lang tatalon. Kontra-tempo.
Will Gozum with 7 points to pace the Blazers. On the other side, only guy in double figures so far, and Nocum with 11. But you see, following him is Lakap and Hernandez. Hernandez, that's 8 points coming off the bench. Carlos, siya na yung susunod na scorer. Nanggaling din to sa bench ng CSB.
And a lot of those points came from the first quarter. But Robbie Naive, top 10 in scoring, just 5 points. And you gotta look at his field goal shooting. Robbie Naive getting the best defensive looks para sa Mapua. He is only shooting 25% on 8 attempts.
And before this, against JRU, 0 out of 6 din itong si Robbie Naive from 3-point range today. Before this game against JRU, overall, he was 3 out of 10. So talaga nagsa-struggle to. Before nung winning streak nila, sobrang efficient na scorer ni Robbie.
And as the best scorer of the squad, you should be expecting na hindi lang isang defender pati the help side defenders, and the whole game plan would be tailored on stopping 2 of your main guys.
Correct.
Will Gozum and Robbie Naive. So the other guys should step up, and on the wins that they had, it was AJ Benson, Mickey Corteza, and the whole crew.
Yun nga yung naalala ko may nagsabi sa akin before. Not sure if it was an NCAA official. Nasa simula, syempre, manggugulat ka pa ng teams. But in the later part of the elimination round, season, identified ka na as a scorer. So you will have that target right behind you.
And wala tayong preseason, wala tayong off-season. No teams, a handful of teams had tune-up games, but for the most part, CSB was a great unknown.
Right.
Para kahit sa ating mga nasa panel, when we were exchanging ideas on the preseason picks, hindi natin alam kung sino yung mga maglalaro, sino yung mga hindi maglalaro. And Robbie Naive took his game to another level. Will Gozum is an expected producer. Consistent yan on their squad. But Robbie Naive needs to step up in the second half.
And speaking of Will Gozum, you mentioned it already, Coach Hammer. Balikan natin yung ating key matchup today. Again, 2 bigs na magkabilang panig natin. So far, it's Will Gozum who's had the better performance of the two with 7 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks. Medyo limited pa yung production dito ni Warren dahil din siyempre gumagawa yung mga kakampi niya.
But of course, you gotta look at it on a different perspective. Pagka ganyan ang inilalaro ng mga kakampi mo, Warren Bonifacio's personality, ever since high school, he would take a backseat. He has a mythical 5 member. He's a defensive player of the year in high school. But he can take a backseat, and he is a high-end role player. He would let his teammates cook, and he would be on the background instead of being in the foreground. But Will Gozum needs to play on the foreground every single day for CSB to be a contender, and the numbers show up, and siya talaga nagpapakita ng gilik yun. 2 blocks, mabigat yan. He's right above his average of 1.5.
2 sensational blocks for Will Gozum. He is hoping to continue this solid performance in the second half and even more para makahabol sila dito sa ating laban. Pero titignan natin yung naging tema natin sa first quarter muna tayo. Early, good start for the Mapua Cardinals, pero inunti-unti sila ng CSB. That ended up at 19 all after the first 10 minutes.
The thing about CSB, maatake sila at nakakakuha ng crease during the first quarter. Mapua was playing man-to-man. They were trying to take away the shooters, which they did throughout the first half. But on the second quarter, when the bench got inserted, they played 2-3. Mas nahirapan. Kumuha ng puntos ang College of St. Benilde because CSB is not on the lower tier pagdating sa offensive rebounding ng ating liga if you look at the numbers.
And this is the second quarter highlights. Again, a different story. Ibang Mapua yung ating nakita. They started with an avalanche of 3-pointers. 2 nang galing kay Brian Lakap, 1 para dito kay Paolo Hernandez, and CSB again were unable to keep up at least in the early minutes of that second frame, wala silang field goal magsimula nung last 2 minutes,
and 40.
40 seconds pala.
And then they got their first field goal. It was inside 6 minutes na.
That was the difficulty for CSB. But if you're Coach Charles, if you're CSB, this is a manageable lead that you can handle going into the third quarter.
It's just a few stops. Mahaba to. Maraming basketball. And we know CSB can make runs.
Oh, for sure.
And can fabricate points in a hurry.
Third quarter, speaking of, it is upon us here. Inside the St. Benilde Gym in Salle, Green Hills, Mandaluyong City. This is your coverage of the NCAA Season 97 start of another basketball week for us here. It's CSB against Mapua in our first offering. Pangalawa po, mamaya-maya lamang. Highly physical matchup in JRU and San Sebastian. Coach Charles and his team facing adversity to begin the second half. Ito, may fans tayo ng Mapua. Coach Randy on your screen sa nanonood ngayon. Batiin muna natin bago tayo magsimula dito. Jason Marcon and Larry Ramos Taron. Masaya to.
Kala mo sila lang may fans?
Oh.
May fan din ako. Point guard ko ng grade school. Kuya Ivan Lopez. What's up, brother? Watching the NCAA. Big fan of the Letran Knights and San Beda Red Lions.
Oh, there you go.
Pero sabi niya, fan lang daw siya ng San Beda nung nandun ako.
Nung nandun ka?
Ivan, how are you, my brother?
Nag-Letran na.
Oo.
Okay. In the meantime, we begin the second half here with Mapua and Renz Nokum. Again, the party continues from Rainbow Country for the Cardinals.
And how he closed out the second quarter, that is how he started the third quarter, scoring and attacking. Great kick out papunta kay Renz Nokum, parked on that left corner three.
Ito si Will Gozum just barreling his way in. Tallest guy that time, extending his arms and then scoring the basket off the glass.
Yan yung front court sa high school, no? Skill player na Gozum. Tapos meron kang high-end na rebounder. Kaya apat yung mythical 5 sa kanila.
Di ba? Di nakakata-kata. Ito yung isa. Bonifacio from the free throw line. Nothing there. And Gozum corrals the rebounds. Carlos starting the second half for CSB. Sending this one out to Robbie. That's too strong. And here's Paulo Hernandez. Had to adjust on the pass. And the Cardinals will slow things down here as they have the 10-point lead. Lock up for three. Off the glass and in!
Daig ng maswerte ang magaling. Pero pag magaling tsaka maswerte, mahirap na pantayan yun. Bukas ang bangko para dito kay Brian Lacap. Nakakuha ba na agaw dito?
Cookies for Brian Lacap here. The steal and the score. And Mapua, wow, on the prowl to begin the third quarter. Gozum will to break the dry spell. Natapikan. Marcos back to Will. Will. That's contested, but there was a foul. And a bit of a stare down from Noko.
Magkakampihan. It's good. Kaya sarili yan. A little sweet nothings as we see Brian Lacap off the window sa alas 11. Tumama yung tira na yun. And ito, round robin.
Brian Lacap, 13 points now. So, between those two guys, in Nokum and Lacap, 27 points.
Striking distance agad ng total production.
Correct.
Ng CSB.
And the Cardinals have opened up a 15-point advantage. And we're just 2 minutes done in the third quarter. Now, warningan dito si Renz Nokum.
I think that's the third foul of Warren Bonifacio, if I'm not mistaken. Yun na, ipito na yun. So, a little adjustment dito for Coach Randy Alcantara.
Warning assistant coach Gabby Severino for...
Pati si Coach Gab na warningan din.
Bagong gupit eh. For complaining daw eh. One of the nicest guys, Coach Gabby. I've known him since I was playing in high school. With the various teams that he coached, regional basketball na ako.
Great coaching mind as well.
Great coaching staff, by the way. Kanina pinag-uusapan natin. Winning
CSB.
Coaching staff. Coach Gabby, Coach Marvin of LSGH is there. Coach Carlo, Coach Charles, Coach Pau. Who's also one of the
Completo.
stats guys. dito sa country. In the country.
That's right. Ang tagal nang binubuo yan ng CSB. Magmula pa ni si
Coach
Coach
TY.
TY.
Si Coach TY lang yung wala rito sa staff na to eh. But I know he is watching in Canada. Definitely
sure.
all the games.
Lagi nanonood. Sinasabi nga niya, buti nga daw tayo, binabati natin siya. Yung mga bata niya, hindi. Puro girlfriend na yung binabati.
Nakiki 3-on-3, kalabang ko na yan. Pinahirapan na kami na, hindi ko makakalimutan yan.
Siyempre.
At saka yung utol ni Coach Charles, silang dalawa ni Coach Chris with Xavier.
Kapuso din yun, siyempre. Mr. Chris Chu.
Two of the nicest guys.
Of course.
Two of the nicest guys, but when you set screens on them, two of the worst people.
On the court, not so
you
much.
You want to set screens to.
33-47. CSB falling behind big early in the third quarter. They need some answers, and they need it now. Naive. Marcos. Thinking about it. Well attacked. Naive will pull the trigger. Short. Naive, by the way, now 0 out of 8 from 3-point range. Here's Hernandez. Siya ang magpo-point guard dito.
Hirap din ng mga looks ni Naive. Lagi may close out sa kanya.
Contested lahat. Lock up. Going all the way. 16. Or make that, 16-point lead for the Cardinals.
Kiss it off the glass. And the second start of Carl Brian Lakap, di siya pinapahiya to si Coach. Again, 19 points ang NCAA career high ni Brian Lakap, which he got last game.
That's right. Now he is 4 points away to tie that. Lepalang pumuntos para sa CSB.
Calling this double high, different look up. Big guy calling the double high screen. So we see the small forward and the big guy setting the screen.
Here's Agustin. Hernandez blowing by Will. Pinigay kay Bonifacio. Magandang basa mula kay Lipalam. Nakawala yung Hernandez pero nakarecover ang CSB. Lock up. Again! Knocks it down from deep.
Carl Brian Lakap, kasado, sigurado. Bakit nga naman hindi?
He is feeling it right now. 18 points in the ball game. 10 in the third quarter alone. We're not even halfway done in the third.
Babalikan ko, Martin. Naging player ko to no high school. And alam mo ano yung role niya sa team namin before he transferred to Mapua? Umiscore. Walang game na mababa sa 22 ang in-score nito sa amin. It was a 14-game season. And if you're averaging that way,
and
consistently, mahirap kasi yung mga bantay niya, mga milenge.
Ayun lang. Mga ano na.
Mga hinug na eh. Hinug na before he transferred to Mapua. But as a young guy, scoring that much, and when he transferred to Mapua, he converted into a combo guard na, more than a scorer.
That's right. Knock over 3. Wala. Naiveg gets the word.
Malayan.
Malayan
High School. Yun yung high school program ng Mapua.
That's right. Uy! And that's gonna be a foul first. And Brian Lakap ang tatawagan dito. By the way, Lakap, again, leading scorer of Mapua today, 18 points so far. All sorts of problems for CSB. They will call for time.
They break the news and give all the updates. They even get inside the mind of the coaches, players, and even the fans. They make the games even more exciting. Meet the eyes and ears of your favorite team's huddle. They are the courtside reporters of your NCAA Season 97. Catch all the action live Tuesdays to Wednesdays and Fridays to Sundays, 12 noon, with recap episodes at these times on GTV.
Mabilis magbago ang mundo at ang daming naiisip ng tao. Hatid ng Next Now ang latest sa science and technology, maging updated sa groundbreaking inventions.
Hello there.
At mga makabagong
Back to the coverage, and this guy is starting to take over in the third. 10 points in the third quarter alone, a total of 18, and a barrage of 3-pointers to extend Mapua's lead to 17, 52-35. We mentioned his explosion in the previous game against Perpetual. Ito yung mga numero niya so far.
This is his average. Almost 11 a game, 3.5 boards, 2.5 assists. But again, utility player. Pag sinabi natin utility sa volleyball, pwedeng maglaro ng kahit saang posisyon. Sa basketball, kung ano yung kailangan ng team, yun yung ginagawa niya. Kulang sa point guard nung unang laro nila, yun ang plinag niya. Kulang sa shooters last game, benga lang ng benga sa labas. And he played point guard in the other game.
And these are the numbers for Brian Lacap. 18 points, 2 rebounds, or 4 rebounds rather, 2 assists, and 4 out of 7 from deep. Just about 50% from downtown itong si Lacap. Overall, he is 7 out of 11 from the field.
Always open.
That's right. Iba rin to. Started on the bench or coming off the bench para kay Coach Randy. Made his way to the starting unit.
And yun din yung role niya in high school. He was the 6th man of that squad.
There you go. Ngayon naman, speaking of Lacap and Mapua, nandito ulit si Chantal Laude.
Salamat, Martin. Para sa Mapua Cardinals, ang lesson learned from their past game ay bawal makampante. Entering again on the lead for the second half, hindi daw dapat ito maging rason to lessen their motivation and their intensity. Sabi pa nga kanina ni Assistant Coach Lito Aguilar, instead of sustaining their play, kailangan doble pa ang effort ng Cardinals. At isa pa sa aabangan natin ay isa sa mga leading scorers na si Adrian Nocum. Alam nyo ba na kaya maganda ang shooting niya ay dahil laki daw siya sa tondo kung saan maraming court sa kanto-kanto, kaya kinalagahan na daw niya ang basketball. So will we see more of him? Let's see for this half.
Maraming salamat, Chantal. Nakita natin siya doon.
Kaya sa na-foul
Yun ang tondo physicality.
Ayun. Daming kaibigan dyan. Parola, sa Baseco. Naglaro kasi ako dyan sa Franz Baron, Area 27. Yung mga grupo dyan, bawat court, bakbakan talaga. Tsaka may open league sila pag summer. Kasi hodang college player ka, semi-pro, pro, open league.
Sabi mo parang rocker.
Oo. Ay, di, Plaza Hugo yun. Iba yun. Yung sa Santa Ana yun.
Okay.
Malapit sa Soler. Yun talaga yung, kumbaga sa summer leagues dati, yun yung pinakamataas. Pero yung mga money pot games sa Tondo, grabe yan. Grabe yan, liga na yan.
Ay, kaya marami nang gagaling na magaling na basketball player. Galing sa Tondo.
Yan galing.
Tignan natin yung stat dito. While we are waiting for the official call, ito yung shooting so far ng CSB Blazers when they win and when they lose.
Almost doubling their production at 7.7 and a quarter. So that's almost 8 3-pointers a game at 31%. On their losses, 4 3-pointers made. Nakita natin last game, 4 lang yung na-shoot nila at 16% bababa. But today, it is 0 out of 13. 0 out of 13. So, yun yung nagiging barometer. They win when they make their outside shots. It opens up a lot of things for their scorers.
And in the wins, in the 4 wins, that was 4 in a row, by the way. We've seen some efficiency from CSB from long distance. Ito muna yung play kanina. It was nung tatapikin ni Nocum yung bola, inaabot itong si Ladis Lepalam. So it looked like a clothesline that took down the 6'9" Ladis Lepalam.
Tsaka tinamaan kasi sa mukha.
Hindi
rin naman sadya. Laki kasi ni Lepalam. Kung ako yung commissioner, syempre isipin ko, paano maabot yung kamay mo dun? 6'9", pasundot. Pero it's a 50-50 ball Scramble yan. So usually may contact. Ang question na, paano maabot yung kamay mo sa 6'9"?
Alright, so they're trying to make this one official. Again, this is not what Mapua needs, of course. They are in the lead comfortably here. And again, yung mga stoppage na ganito, Coach Hammer, tricky to.
Oo, baka makapatay ng momentum.
Yun, ultimately kill your momentum. Whatever you have going on, maaaring mag-iba yan dito. Ito ang ating Mancom chair, of course, of season 97 from CSB. Coach Dax Castellano.
No, tinitigan dito. What's the call of our officials?
So, ito na. Itatawag na ng barker natin. So, this will be the 3rd unsportsmanlike foul called against Mapua. Yung dalawa na nakuha nila first half pa lang. But this time, it's gonna be Ladis Lepalam gifting CSB with a trip to the free throw line and a possession afterwards.
And Ladis Lepalam improved leaps and bounds. You gotta give credit to Coach Alipik. who was working with him tirelessly.
Coach.
Antipolo. Yan, taga-Antipolo po sila Dislepalam. Dahil magagaling na galing dyan. Teammate ko, Raymond Magay, dyan galing sa Antipolo.
Si Mikey galing dun.
No, Mikey. That was our coach.
Right.
Coach Jonathan Reyes for San Belen season 78 and 79. Si Coach Buds.
Antipolo. So bumaba lang to si Ladis.
Straa na liga. R4AA na...
Sa isang bus lang yan. O galing doon, papunta sa Lasal Green Hills.
Kulay green, no? Diyan lang eh. Tatawid ka lang doon sa overpass. Dito ka na.
Traffic lang talaga kalaban mo. Pero...
Diyan ka lumaki. Yan yung dinadaanan.
Yung ruta ko eh. Here's Bonifacio. Will challenge Lepalam. Bonifacio wala. Oh, Hernandez. Snatching the ball away. And then sending it outside for another possession here for the Cards. Good hustle from Colliar. And that leaves Mapua with 4 seconds on their clock.
Gotta give credit where credit is due. Great defense by Colliar and even diving for the ball. Kasi pagka scramble na ganyan, doon mo nakikita may mga players na ayaw dumive. Pero dito, yung Colliar, Benson, Naive, pagka may loose ball, dinadive talaga nila, tapon ng katawan eh.
Kailangan para dito sa CSB.
1 round lang eh.
Correct.
Titipirin mo pa ba?
Knock him from the parking lot. Air ball. And now we go to Michelle Naldo. Mula naman sa CSB.
Martin and Coach Charles and his staff were expecting that today's game would be tough. Sabi niya, panay ang pag-aaral nila sa mga past games of Mapua to prepare. But now he's really just looking for his boys to execute all that they learned. Always want to emphasize their defense. He implored his boys to up their effort in their transitions. And pati na rin yung kanilang communication on the floor. Will Gosum leading their team in the points now, pero para sa kanya, he doesn't see himself as a key player because everyone has their own strengths. And that's what they're hoping to see now, which is more hustle coming from the rest of the team. A lot of catching up definitely for the Blazers, but JZ Colliar reminds his teammates that they can turn things around one possession at a time. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Michelle. Well, they are playing catch-up again for the second straight quarter here. Outscored by Mapua 7-13. But this could pose a problem for the Cardinals. Let's take a look at this move by Nokum. And then on the rebound play, it was Warren Bonifacio who was called for the personal on the slide push. Pang-apat ni Warren.
Yun yung mabigat na tawag. Wala namang Maki Acosta na papasok.
Ayan.
Mga kaibigan natin, Alan Mangas, Kuya Mark Sarangay, mga Mapua players. At syempre, yung mga kaibigan natin sa Pilipinas Superliga nanonood.
Yan.
Our friend, Coach Leo Isaac. Mapua great.
For sure.
Mapua head coach.
Hi, Coach.
Nandyan lang yan. Laging nakatutok yan sa Mapua.
Sabi, ang line ni Coach Leo, kay Jesus lang kakapit.
Coach Hammer, yung kapit tayo kay Jesus. Wag sa kalaban.
Sige.
Andyan lang yan.
Binigay ko kay Coach Leo.
Love natin si Coach Leo. A big factor on that 80s championship. Back-to-back sila dyan eh. I think nag-abot pa sila nila Coach Joel Banal. One of the first big point guards.
Coach Chito as well.
Player na nila.
Player na nila.
But when he was playing, kasama yung si Coach Joel, brother of Coach Koy, my coach, San Beda. I think that was second to the last championship ng Mapua. And then yung batch na nila Kuya Benny Cheng yung nag-champion sa Mapua.
Okay. That's what they're looking to duplicate here.
Alan Mangahas din. Yun mga kaibigan natin.
Sneak! Alan Mangahas. Again, isa pang alumnus pala nitong Mapua.
Lakas ng team na yun,
Lakas.
Lakas yung team na yun. Kasi kung si Fran Yu, cruise control, si Alan Mangahas, hindi cruise control yun. Parang natutulog lang.
Mahina triple-double din kay Alan.
Some of our friends. Of course, mga kasabay ko rin naglalaro yung mga yan.
Right, here's Miggy Cortez at the free throw line here.
Wala silang makuhang offense dito in the second half. Talagang after scoring 19 in that first quarter, combined 19 points pa lang ngayon in the second and third quarter. Itong St. Benilde.
And it's strange because this is a different team from what we've seen during the 4-game winning streak that they had. At nagsimula lang yun. And nung talo nila against JRU, an open look for Toby. That one rolls out. And here comes CSB. Looking to put up some points here. AJ falling down. Naive hasn't found his rhythm here. Benson puts it on the floor. Benson with the left. He puts it up and in.
Highlight, herky-jerky move by Action Benson.
And look at him.
Ball sweep behind the back. A little bit out of rhythm, but made basket.
And look at the game face right after by AJ. Here's Lakap on the attack. Lakap will force it against 6'4", 6'5" Will Gozum.
Yeah, ito yung huling galaw ni AJ Benson. Look at the sweep behind the back. Medyo nawala po yung roasted.
The energizer for CSB.
I love the energy of AJ Benson.
Ano nagpatuloy yan he was fired up, you know?
Bakit kaya?
Hindi ko rin alam.
Oh, inspired to AJ Benson.
Actually, perfect time for him to score. That's true. Good eyes, Coach Hammer. Okay.
Improve position.
Okay.
Position. Dapat kita ko lahat Linebacker tayo sa depensa ng San Bede. Kailangan communicate ka sa ganyan.
Correct.
Bilis, no? Sabi ko sa'yo.
Okay. Kakadetect ko lang
Yeah.
14-point lead for the Mapua Cardinals here, and CSB will have it, looking to chip
Different
away.
look. Going full court press ngayon ng Mapua.
And this last 3 minutes will be important for CSB as they try to make it a more manageable lead going into the fourth quarter.
Oh, exactly. I like that point that you raised up because Mapua wants to go for the kill shot.
That's right.
Ngayong quarter na to. But AJ Benson, back-to-back baskets.
Sa pantanong natin, bakit kaya
Action Benson
showing up here in the third quarter, trying to will his team back. Here's Paulo Hernandez against the taller Corteza. Hernandez now from straight away. Hernandez will be fouled by Miggy. So 3 shots coming up, 3 freebies for Paulo.
Trying to get that ISO.
Yeah.
And making that 3-pointer. Look at this. Tumalbog pa Pinaganda pa yung shoot. But he got the switch that they wanted. Big to big. High arcing. Falls down. Chance for a 4-point play for Paulo Hernandez.
This is another look of that triple try by Paulo Hernandez. 3 shots coming up pagkatapos po nito.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook and share your stories too. Let's spread more awesome, wholesome content out there. Make your day.
Are COVID-19 vaccines safe? What is climate change? Because information is crucial, we're giving you all the facts that you need.
Anong mga lugar sa Pilipinas ang COVID-free?
Introducing Need to Know, a weekly explainer series from GMA News and Public Affairs.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Here's what you need to know.
Watch Need to Know. Available on GMA News Facebook page and app.
Back to the coverage. This is your NCAA season 97, and we have our First Lady / Kapuso stars. Okay, Sanya Lopez and Miss Maxine Medina. Mamaya po makakausap natin yan sa Game 1. I know Maxine is for CSB.
CSB, no? He's from CSB.
Nag-aaral sa CSB. Si Sanya hindi ko alam. Tignan natin kung sino lalapit mamaya, kung meron bang ganun.
Ikaw ba yung mag-interview sa kanila?
Ako sa Game On. Yeah,
Nice,
later.
nice.
So I can ask, actually.
Definitely, you should ask.
And right now, we're flashing AJ Benson on your screens right now because he's been
my favorite.
The lone spark.
And the back-to-back baskets coming off the bench in the third quarter. And a quick shout-out to Justin Gutang.
Uy!
Who's watching.
What's up?
And
What's up, Justin?
Kaya pala nanonood. Teammates Maki Acosta and Justin Gutang.
Yun ba yan?
For a meal yata, yung bet nila. Alumni players on both squads. Of course, Justin Gutang, one of the best scorers for St. Benilde last season 95.
Mas may pustahan pala yung Gutang
side bet
tsaka yung
lang.
Acosta.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's Hernandez at the line.
And their head coach is right there on the bench of Mapua.
Correct.
Okay. For Phil Basket.
That's right. Agustin short on the triple try.
Oh, yun lang. Out of bounds na, nahawakan pa ni Will Gozum.
So 42 to 57 is the tally. Tane Davis will enter for the first time. The Phil Kiwi. Big body, slightly smaller than Will. We look to provide some physicality off the bench. Ito si Arvin. Binangga si Tane. Pido.
Ramdam mo agad.
Oh! Oh, that's gonna be an offensive foul on
illegal screen.
The screen provided by Pido. Ito, yung banggaan kanina. Kapasok lang nito ni Tane Davis. Nakaramdam agad.
Quality. May illegal screen. Hinabol pa nung bewang Jeric Pido. Close out ni AJ Benson.
So CSB will have an opportunity again, and that could be a start of something.
Good.
As Corteza scores with a foul.
And that tattoo says it all. Keep it 100. Good catch. Quick rip. Attack the baseline. Stretch layup. Take the contact and finish it in traffic.
You love the emoji on his shoulder. Talking about Miggy Corteza again.
Emoji na tattoo.
100. And this is Asuncion.
Yung mga tattoo namin parang sa pier eh. Yung mga sailor na tattoo yun.
Iba pa.
Emoji.
Wala naman ako emoji. Ako
nakatago lahat ng sa'yo eh.
But this is Miggy Corteza at the free throw line. 4 points in the game so far. Or correction. Yeah, 4 na puntos. Tama. 3 rebounds. Make that 5 as he completes the 3-point play. That brings down the lead to just 12. A minute and 56 remaining. So, kung iisipin mo, Coach Hammer, ang ganda ng nilalaro ng Mapua, pero 12 lang ang abante nila dito.
Full court run and jump dito ang depensa ng CSB. They just want to delay Mapua kasi you see walang blindside double. They just want to delay it on the full court and then trap on the half court.
Oh, there you go. And that's the advantage of having 2 bigs that can handle the rock. Here's Gamboa sending it out. Pido for 3. Down it goes for Jeric Pido.
Timely basket and great recognition by Arvin Gamboa. Attracting the help of Prince Carlos, kicking it out to Jeric Pido.
And that's not going to help CSB. And Benson quickly answers on their side.
6 points in the quarter for AJ Benson.
4 out of 7 from the field is AJ.
Get the matchup nitong Gamboa at saka Tane Davis. Tane Davis would be part of Team Harang. Team Harang.
Tatawanan to. Gamboa, erasing Tane. And that's an offensive foul on Gamboa.
Great effort by Tane Davis. He picked him up full court. Full court off the inbound. And then, look at this. Taking that shoulder to the chest and loving it.
Just right outside the restricted area.
It'll be a very good offensive guard.
Right.
But, Team Harang yan. Pipirma agad yan.
Matik. Here's Benson on the penetration, forcing one up, falling down. No whistle though. And the ball will go to Mapua's side.
You can't attack soft, especially with the way that they're calling it right now. They're letting Gamboa and Davis play physical, and then you would attack softly. They won't call that foul.
Yeah.
If you're AJ Benson, you already had 6 points in this quarter. If you're going to attack, you already got the attention of the referees. You got to throw your weight around, throw your body, and attack with a full heart and a clear mind pag atake dyan sa shaded area. Di ka pwede magdalawang isip.
Yan. Buo ang puso. Yun nga. Diba? Oh! Alright. Full court pressure applied by CSB, and this is going to be a foul.
Oo. Alam mo bakit? Kapit tayo kay Jesus. Huwag sa kalaban. Nakahawak eh. Kitang-kita.
Sobra ng konti.
Si Jesus lang may second chance. Dito tatawagan ka ng foul.
Hindi.
It's a backward violation.
It's a backward violation. So that's good D from
good
Tane.
defense. I want to see Tane Davis' plus-minus. I want to see his plus-minus. Pagpasok niya rito sa game plan, it's a good +2, but the effect that he has.
May laki nung impact niya
he got an offensive foul. Providing stops. I thought it was a foul because he was checking the ball handler.
Nawala lang yung bola kay Colliar.
Great defense by this kid.
So, siya ang bumabantay ngayon kay Paolo Hernandez. Hernandez, the bounce. Pasang-basa yan ni Benson. Here's the move underneath. Malalim yung kuha doon ni Mercado.
Lalim ng Marian Cristina Pulse yung stretch layup. Tsaka iindahin mo yung mga bangga ng Davis. Ang lalim nun
Oh. And Mapua just countering everything CSB has been throwing at them. This is the fourth shot for Benson. Di na ito aabot. As time expires in the third quarter, Mapua in full control dito po sa ating laban. First game natin on a Tuesday. Paolo Hernandez and the rest of the guys here looking to continue this performance. Pumas. Ito yung pasok kanina. 4-point play ni Paolo Hernandez. Oh, look at that. Worth another look here on the pull-up from the top of the key.
They wanted that matchup. Of course, Corteza, more of a 4 guy.
Right. And Mapua with a 15-point advantage as we go to the fourth quarter of this game. San Sebastian. Oh!
Pajarito, Rayson, La Paz, Abando!
The NCAA is not just the original collegiate sports league of the country. It is also known as the breeding ground for the future superstars of Philippine basketball. And here in season 97, a diamond in the rough is starting to shine.
That basket coming from Enoch Valdez, opening the scoring. The pressure is on Valdez.
Enoch Valdez only averaged 3.6 points per game for the LPU Pirates in season 95. But on opening day against San Beda,
Valdez. That's great hustle coming from Enoch Valdez. Count it plus the foul.
Valdez let it be known that a whole lot has changed since we last saw him.
The off shortstop, wala. Valdez with a putback. And here's the running game of LPU and that between CSB and Mapua. As we see the quarter scoring here, obviously, Mapua taking the second, taking the third, and now they're in front by 15.
Mabigat yung 12-0 run na nakakuha ng buwelo yung Mapua in the second quarter. Bridging it to the third quarter. Hindi biro yun. Kasi yun yung buwelo na kinailangan nila. Para mag-like yung lead, bumalik ng bahagya ang CSB pero may mga sagot sila.
Yan nga, importante yung mga sagot na yun. Kasi syempre gusto mag-create ng momentum ng CSB papunta sa fourth quarter. At it is a 15-point lead for the Cardinals trying to go up to 5-2 if they do get this win. And Asuncion, that's Mercado stepping on the line. So balik ang bola dito sa CSB. This will be an uphill climb for Coach Charles and his squad.
Kitang-kita ng referee, ang tingkad kasi ng sapatos. Kaya yung mga rule dati, kung magsusuot ka sapatos, puti lang o itim.
Kakulay ng linya.
Oo, kailangan kakulay ng linya para hindi tatawag.
There's Benson.
Travel.
AJ. Oh, there's a foul away from the basketball.
Off ball.
Si Mercado yung tatawagan.
Si Mercado at saka si Asuncion, pag pinapasok, kalampugan ng kalampugan.
Sir Melchor Divina on your screens, the Mancom representative of Mapua. Yan po, so pareho ng Mancom ng CSB at Mapua, nandirito. There's Benson now.
Tsaka lagi namang present yung mga yan.
Yeah. Talo pa pag may game, di ba? There's a foul here. And these are two quick fouls from Mapua's side. And CSB can take advantage because, you know, it's only 40 seconds eclipsing here. Here's Makoy, the trigger man. Benson to Corteza. Corteza puts that one up and in, plus the foul.
And that was an easy basket there by Corteza off that inbound.
To the delight of our Kapuso stars in Sanya Lopez and Maxine Medina, Miggy Corteza heading to the line, looking to complete the free-point play and start a surge for the Blazers. But Mapua has had all the answers today. Tignan natin kung magpapatuloy ang temang yan dito sa ating fourth quarter. No problem at the line for Miggy. Down to 12 is the lead. Full court press being applied here. Pido will be trapped. Nakawala. Agustin. Challenge by Corteza. And that's gonna be a foul on Marcos.
Ang gigil eh. Itinaktak pa, pwede ng short jumper na pa-boarding, pero gusto idiin talaga sa shaded area ni Toby Agustin. Good thing, sa kabila si Mercado for that offensive rebound, and he earns 2 free throws.
So a couple of shots for this guy, Jomer Mercado, was provided some solid backup minutes at the 4 spot. Taga Pampanga itong si Jomer Mercado, knocks in the first. Needed to play extended minutes today because of the foul trouble ni Warren Bonifacio. 2 for 2. Ang sinasabi natin, lagi talagang may sagot ang Mapua.
Yun lang naman yung kailangan mo, especially when you have that comfortable cushion of a lead. Di kailangan meron ka lang intent to at least score. Dahil ang St. Benilde, they want to run more on this game kasi yung pace bumabor talaga sa Mapua. It's a half-court setup game. So, medyo kailangan nilang i-pick up yung pace para makahabol dahil malaki itong lamang, 14.
Balikan natin yung report kanina ni Chantal. Pinag-uusapan niya complacency in the previous game kaya nakakahabol yung mga kalaban ng Mapua. Ngayon, hindi natin yung nakikita. But McCoy Marcos was able to drive and score there. And here's the ball pressure for the Blazers. Gamboa. Umararo yung Arvin Gamboa.
Somewhere out there, Alan and Arnold Gamboa, the uncle and the dad of Arvin.
Yeah.
Very proud.
Mapalakpak ngayon yan. Oo.
Body yan.
Panigurado. 52-66.
Parang dun sa skill set nung Gamboa family, nang kinukuha niya physicality, but totally different player. Totally different. Kasi yung dalawang enforcer talaga eh.
And Gamboa really put in some muscle as well in the off-season.
Genes, genetics.
Genes na pala yan.
Genes na yung ganyan.
And Gamboa, too strong on the shot. It is going to be tracked down by Marcos. Here is AJ Benson. Throws the ball away. Good bother by Hernandez. Here's Paulo. Nokum the short stab. Off the glass, wala. Carlos. Prince. Going all the way. Foul on Pido.
Oh, that's an interesting call because they were side to side. And sakto yung bangga ni Pido. Maganda makita sa replay if there was an extra action. Kasi dito, on the ball stop, side to side, walang itatawag dyan eh. Kasi yung offensive player initiated the contact. But the slap, ever so slightly, manipis na sumabit sa braso ni Prince Carlos. But good contact eh, yung pagtakbo ng side to side. Usually, pag manipis yung tawagan, tinatawagan ng foul yun. Kasi pareha sila nakabuelo. But on that instance, Prince Carlos, umatake, siya yung nag-initiate ng foul.
And he knocks in the first free throw. Prince Carlos now has 7 points in the ball game. Pero matagal-tagal din na hindi umiscore itong si Prince.
Yung 6 points si Prince.
That's right. Pagkapasok niya. Now he has 8. In the previous game, he had 10. 66-54. If you're CSB, you can afford to exchange baskets with Mapua. You gotta get a stop. For Mapua, you gotta maintain. Hernandez against Corteza on top. Paulo will break free. Gamboa on the fade. Gamboa will put it in.
Medyo na off balance pa doon, but stutter step, gathering himself and elevating for that jumper.
And once again, it is a 14-point lead. Prince stopping on a dime. Prince turnaround from the free throw line. No go. And we've got some action underneath as Mercado and Corteza fall down. Tignan natin yung magiging tawag dito.
Double foul.
Double foul. This was the fade by Prince Carlos, only drawing air, and Mercado first falling down, dinala niya itong si Corteza.
Sama.
Ika dito, sama ka sa akin.
Kasama yan. Sama sa laro.
Knockout play.
Ay, masihigpit na yung tawagan dyan.
And CSB trying to take advantage of the foul situation ditong Mapua. Kasi first minute pa lang natin, nakadalawa na yung Mapua. Ngayon, nasa penalty na sila. Wala pang 3 minutes yung nilalaro natin sa fourth.
That's a big thing because CSB is the #1 team when it comes to free throw attempts. So dyan sila nakakakuha at nakakapag-fabricate ng a little bit some of their attempts. I think they're at 24, 25 free throws a game.
And right now, that could be useful here for CSB. Corteza approaching double figures here with 9 points and 4 rebounds. Ito, speak of maraming ina-attempt sa free throw
41
line.
last game.
Ayan, But missing on the second. Will Gosum though cleans up the mess.
3-point play, the old school way.
That's right. 3 quick ones for CSB. Lead is down to 11. Nakakaamoy ng danger itong si Coach Randy, kaya napa-timeout siya.
They break the news and give all the updates. They even get inside the mind of the coaches, players, and even the fans. They make the games even more exciting. Meet the eyes and ears of your favorite team's huddle. They are the courtside reporters of your NCAA Season 97. Catch all the action live Tuesdays to Wednesdays and Fridays to Sundays, 12 noon, with recap episodes at these times on GTV.
Life hasn't been easy lately, so we're here to make your day, featuring amazing, funny, and heartwarming stories to bring you something bright and sweet and get you dancing through tough times. Simple joys that remind us of the many reasons we can still smile. Cleanse your timeline with Make Your Day. Join us on YouTube and Facebook.
It's a GTV NCAA Season 97. After this, we'll have Game On and our second game after that. Ngayon, nakatutok tayo sa Mapua. Nandyan ulit si Chantal. Chantal?
Alam niyo ba, Martin and Coach Hammer, visiting the side of the Mapua Cardinals, I was able to witness that the coaches really want this win as much as the players. Kanina nga, energetically screaming si Assistant Coach Yong Garcia that they must really remember the system and of course, emphasize on their own roles. Sabi pa nga niya, with the number of fouls ng team, kailangan nila bigyan ng polish at ng disiplina ang depensa because what we need here is an honest defense. Now it's time for us to observe if the Mapua Cardinals can polish their defense to take care of their lead. Back to you guys.
Chantal, maraming salamat. Excellent point there. And ito, 6:59 remaining in our ball game. A good test for Mapua. Test of where they are as a team already. If they're able to stay composed, maintain their lead, and win this comfortably.
And what if their statistical leader, si Warren Bonifacio, is saddled with foul trouble? So we'll see who would stabilize this squad. Because Mercado playing meaningful minutes ngayon. Ito yung importante dahil nagra-run ang...
look at this. Coach Hammer. Sige, I'll let you take it. 36 perimeter points, and that's off 10 3-pointers by Mapua. Nothing from downtown from CSB today. 0 out of 14 for CSB. That's the biggest disparity. And despite that statistic, Coach Hammer, CSB is just down by 11 as Hernandez strokes in the triple. Make that 14 now for Mapua.
Narinig ka, 39 points daw. Plus 33 sila sa perimeter scoring at nakaagaw pa sila rito. But return steal para sa CSB.
Corteza again attacking. That's been the game plan here for Miggy Corteza. Send himself to the free throw line.
Andun naman yung production ni Corteza at saka ni Will Gozum as we see this 3-point shot. Paolo Hernandez, second of the game, if I'm not mistaken, or third.
Then, pangatlo.
60% from 3.
By the way, bit of a breakout performance here for Paolo Hernandez with 14 points. Nabanggit natin yan. On top of the coverage, ating inaabangan ni Coach Hammer na mag-breakout, makuha yung kanyang nilalaro noon pa nung juniors pa. Ayan. Pero ngayon punta tayo sa CSB side. You know, they're trying to chip in here. Let's get a report from Michelle Naldo.
Martin and Coach, nakausap ko si Coach Marvin from the CSB side, and sabi niya they're really just telling the boys to not bite into the kind of defense that Mapua wants from them. They have their own game plan and they have to stick to that no matter what. Dagdag dito, they have to catch up to the energy of the Cardinals on their offensive side din. He credits Mapua for working extra hard on limiting their top scorers like Robbie Naive, but again, he says it's really not just on Robbie who they should rely on, but would like to see more from the rest of his boys. On the Blazers bench, you can see them really rallying their teammates who are out on the floor to pick up the hustle, turn things around, and close out this much-needed win. Back to you, gentlemen.
Well, Michelle, thank you so much. They are on the attack right now. But again, you will have to capitalize on those kinds of opportunities. You get the miss, and only a few misses from Mapua's side. Hindi ka pa nakapunto sa kabila. So this will be big for CSB. 5-44 remaining, although, yun nga, may advantage sila dyan sa foul situation.
Ito may maturity nito ni Hernandez kasi pwede niya rat-ratin. Hinatak yung bola eh. Hinahatak talaga nila. Kasi yung oras kakampi nila dito with the double-digit lead.
And this is going to be a foul on Robbie Naive on the driving. Brian Lakap, you saw the field goals earlier. Ito from Rainbow Country. 11 out of 28. So 27 3-pointers in 2 games for Mapua.
Manipis. Manipis. Kaunti. Pero yung perimeter scoring eh. The 39 points of Mapua. Way above their first 5-game average of 22.
That's right. Mabigat yung 0 out of 14 from CSB. Ito, tagda. Oh, Hernandez.
42 perimeter points, 42 points. Kasado, sigurado. Buong-buong loob ni Paulo Hernandez this fourth quarter.
And AJ Benson missing on the counter-attack. Here comes Mapua again.
Isa pa, hanapin dito yung Hernandez. Mainit to ha, mainit si Paulo. Look at this single high penetration. Hahanapin nila tong corner attack pag humelp si Benson.
Here's the drive. Lock up now with 22 points in the ball game. A career high for him.
Basag na basag. Hindi na makakahelp si Benson. Nag-stick na sa corner. So it's a one-on-one. Single high play. Round robin layup lang yun para kay Lakap.
And see how quickly Mapua extended this lead. It was at 11 earlier. Now it's back up to 18 as Corteza, same game plan, attacks the interior.
Hit the showers na dito si Warren Bonifacio. That's his 5th personal foul.
Was a non-factor today, but look at the confidence of this guy. Staring at AJ Benson eye-to-eye before taking the shot, and then lock up with the follow-up.
NCAA season 97 tayo. Buo ang puso.
And we gotta make this point, Coach Hammer, because defensively, CSB is the #1 team in defending the perimeter. As well, only allowing 18% from the free-point range.
And that's by design. They close out long, but now, contested shots yung tinitira ng Mapua. They are in rhythm the past 2 games.
Sabi nila, when it rains, it pours. Ito matagal nang umuulan para sa Mapua.
Parang si Prince.
Ayun.
Purple rain. Sasabi ko sa iyo eh. Pinakikinggan ko kahapon.
We love the age revelation, Coach Hammer, as Mapua throws the ball away.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. It is. But you know, Coach Randy here, this is the team that you want to see, and this is the kind of game that you want to have against one of the best teams in the league right now. Katabla mo sa team standings, ito, tinatambakan nila. Lock up. As Mapua, again, forces that turnover. They've been scrappy on the defensive end and highly efficient on the offensive side.
Mouse in the house.
Hernandez against Mosqueda. Fake. Kick out. Agustin. Wala. Here's Mosqueda. Nagmamadali ang CSB. As they should. But that's gonna be stepping para kay AJ.
Apakan. Yung linya.
A big stat here for CSB. Dahil nga 0 out of 14 sila from the perimeter, Coach Hammer. And that's, you know, what's lacking.
Oh, yun lang yung game nila. Babalikan natin yung graphic. They're 4 straight wins. the team was shooting, they were making at least 8 3-pointers.
That's right.
A game.
At di pa nakakatulong yung mga turnovers nila dito sa ating fourth quarter. 7 in the fourth quarter alone. First 3 quarters, 6 lang para sa CSB. Lock up on the step back, wala. Here's Sydney. Mosqueda. Flores. Natawagan ng blocking foul yung kanyang bantay.
Tapos si Flores nagbago rin ng laro. 4 kasi ito dati. Yan, nagiging more perimeter-oriented.
Look at this.
The size na idagdag din sa kanilang front court. Now he's playing more of that small forward position. His natural position when he was playing for Chiangkai siya nung high school.
That's right. Galing tong Chiangkai. Flores had more minutes in season 95, Coach Hammer, but because of the arrival of some of the players
yeah. CJ Benson, mga posisyon niya.
May Corteza pa, may Makoy Marcos, the emergence of Makoy.
Sila ni, alam ko nag-abot to, tsaka si Jonas Tibayan. Yan yung small forward niya nun eh. Saka Harvey Pagsanhan,
Harvey Pagsanhan.
Hindi ko sigurado kung magkakasabay sila sa team na yun.
Highly touted recruit din yun. Free throw shooting natin. Mapua also taking advantage at the free throw line. Although CSB has more attempts, 20 out of 34, one of the best in getting some free throws. Pero dalawa lang ang minintis today ng Mapua, and I hope I don't jinx the next set. Here's Toby Agustin coming off that 24-point performance today. Slightly slowing down, only his 5th point of the game. Struggled from the field as well, but again, the teammates, Hernandez, Lakap, Nokum, picking up the slack and the scoring void for Mapua.
Yun yung character ng team nila. It's by committee. Everything is by committee. Everybody has a chance to shine.
Yeah.
Everybody has a chance to shine.
Final 3 minutes. Excellent point there, Coach Hammer, because again, in all of the pampitong laro ng Mapua, iba-iba talaga yung nagko-contribute. Iba-iba yung nare-reveal sa lineup ni Coach Randy Alcantara, but this is gonna be another whistle on CSB. Both teams, by the way, in the penalty already. This is Jeric Pido. Pupunta sa linya, nakatutok yung kanyang pamilya ngayon mula sa Iloilo. Ayan po. Saying hello as well to our audience online. What's happening, everybody? And also live on GTV, GMA Pinoy TV.
Mag-comment kayo dun sa fantasy draft, ha?
On
Twitter, on NCAA. Dahil pag maganda yung mga comments nyo dyan, may isa pa raw fantasy draft eh. Yun yung narinig ko eh.
All-time?
Mukhang all-time fantasy draft eh. Ako, yari yung mga dictionary nyo na hanggang year 2000.
Si Coach Hammer, yan. May kilala niya hanggang...
Kukunin ko JB Yango.
Ayan.
San Beda. Finals MVP.
Tama naman. 79-60. By the way, okay, dahil tabla sa team standings ngayon, ang CSB at Mapua, this game will separate them. So Mapua, with this impending win, will go up to
number 3.
Number 3, 5-2. CSB, on the other hand, will be at 4-3.
And half a game behind them is the Emilio Aguinaldo Generals.
Kumakatok na.
Kumakatok.
3-3 at 500 ang EAC. Ito si Sydney Mosqueda, another high school standout as well.
Dito rin naglaro yan ng high school for LSGH.
din yan.
Very impressive point guard, 2 guard when he was in high school. Sila Makoy Marcos, si Joel Kabulangan, who was the MVP of that finals.
That's right.
Inan Fornilios, Mythical 5 during that year in the juniors. Lakas nila nun.
Malakas talaga yung LSGH team na yun.
And Coach Marvin Benvenida, of course, their head
coach. Na nasa coaching staff ng
alumni
CSB.
din niya dito before he played for State U in college.
So 79-60. Coach, let's talk about Mapua as we approach the final 2 minutes of this one. Slowly but surely,
found their identity.
They're finding their identity, and they're maturing with each game going by.
They play hard defense, And when they play basketball, it's 15 on 15. It's not just 5 on 5.
Right.
They have guys who can take charge. But at the end of the day, 15 yung kayang maglaro sa kanila. Kahit sinong ipasok, nagre-respond.
And again, this will pose a threat to the other teams in the NCAA. Itong Mapua, they are for real. Diba? 5-2 right now.
Yun yung kagandahan din ng NCAA. We've seen minimal blowouts.
Right.
Oo. But ito, mukhang Arvin Gamboa, dapat ito mag-blowout sila ni Warren Bonifacio dito dahil fouled out silang dalawa and their perimeter guys stepping up.
Right. A bulk of the scoring came from the perimeter today for Mapua. And this kind of three-point shooting, as you know, or basing it from the stat that we saw earlier, the graphic that we saw earlier, first, 4 games, 5 games ng Mapua, they were shooting it very well from three-point range. It was just in that game against Perpetual, doon nila nakita, pwede naman pala. We can, kill the other team just with our shooting.
And not only that, the way that they were defending, and both are Kapuso stars.
So nag-cheer sila? Di ko na sure tuloy kung kanino sila nag-cheer eh.
But they're cheering for the NCAA being at home with GMA, di ba?
Pero syempre binibigyan pa rin niya ng support yung alma mater niya, talking about Maxine, of course.
Definitely.
Sana hindi ko pa rin alam
check. Grabe naman yun. off the dribble.
Lalo pa ngayon para dito kay Toby Agustin. Hasn't found the mark.
Piansa. 1 out of 13.
Oh,
man. There you go, Dane Davis. I love Benson and Davis energy. And Corteza off the bench. Natapat lang sila na hindi makashoot dito eh. Yung mga go-to guys nila eh. Hindi makashoot si Robbie Naive from the outside. Will Gozum is there.
And again,
but limited yung production ng perimeter nila.
That's right. Gozum today, a solid game for Gozum, by the way. 13 points and 14 rebounds as Flores challenges Toby Agustin. And that's a hoop for Toby.
Piansa yung nagdadala dito kay Toby Agustin eh.
Grabe.
Maganda matanong si Coach Yong at si Coach Randy. Ultra green light eh.
Ano naman to? Putting this one on the floor. By the baseline.
Hindi mga...
Getting that one to drop. Plus,
Dan Cruz, thank you. He is enjoying the comment. Maraming salamat. Kasi yun naman ang gusto natin na yung mga kwentuhan natin. Kasama din kayo dyan, yung mga online followers natin. Nanonood sa NCAA Facebook page, sa GMA Facebook page, sa live streaming natin. Laking bagay niyan for us.
Para hindi lang kayo nanonood, na-entertain pa kayo, tapos na-inform pa kayo, syempre.
Toby Agustin, ito yung mga paborito ni Coach PJ Paul Hoben eh. When in doubt, shoot!
Shoot! No hesitation for Toby Agustin. 17-point lead here. Nagkakatamaan na po tayo sa mukha dito.
Sama yan, di naman sadya, rebound eh. Sabi nga ng the great Robert Jaworski, ay mag-basketball, sa atin, mag-chest ka na lang, bench press. Mag-chest ka na lang. Kasi pag naglaro ka ng chest, daming magagaling sa NC, di ka rin uubra eh.
Correct.
Di ba nung season 96, a lot of online chess, and even Grandmaster Eugene Torre was part of the NCAA.
The
panel.
That's correct.
Hindi pwede mag-chest pag mahina. Mag-chest ka na lang, mag-weights ka. Yun. Yung gawin mo para makalaro ka ng physical.
Speaking of chess, abangan niyo po yan. Magkakaroon ulit tayo ng chess tournament this season sa NCAA.
Abang ko,
Ngayon,
3-time champion ako nung high school. Pero alam mo paano ako nanalo? Laging absent sa intrams yung kalaban ko.
Okay.
Lagi ako
by default.
Default. Sabi ko sa'yo.
Grabe naman yung 3-time champion.
Kasi
nakaka-intimidate.
First year hanggang third year, di puma-attend yung kalaban ko.
Binibigay na sa'yo.
Hindi, kasi yung chess tournament, after ng klase, yung mga ito, nagmamamadali na umuwi. Ako may practice mo akong basketball, representative lang ako ng klase.
So, kumbaga, segue mo. Ayan.
Pero nung fourth year, nagpakita na yung kalabang ko. Hindi na ako
nasungkit na sa'yo.
Hindi man lang umabot ng third place.
Yun lang. And here we go.
Saka namin yan chess is a universal language.
It is.
Kahit of all ages. So, ang tabayan niya yung NCAA chess tournament. Pero may volleyball pa tayo. And of course, yung speed kicking natin, which we
ongoing.
On game on.
That's right. So, that'll do it for this game. It was a blowout for the Mapua Cardinals. a 19-point win in a game that we expected to be close, Coach Hammer. But it was all Mapua ever since that third quarter barrage. How many three-pointers today? 12 three-pointers today for the Mapua Cardinals. A good follow-up of their onslaught against Perpetual. And now they go up to 5-2. One of those guys, Paolo Hernandez with 17. 4 from deep, contributing very well. Ito po yung ating final score, 84-65. And our score, of course, you guys can fuel it with Gatorade.
Great win and outside shooting by Mapua. Perimeter scoring also and their starter showed up.
That's right. Mapua Cardinals. Yan yung pinakamalaking difference natin today at the three-point area. 12 threes for Mapua and none for CSB in this particular... correction pala, 1 three-pointer. Nakaisa kanina doon, si Tane Davis. That was the only three-pointer of the game for CSB, 1 out of 18 compared to the 12 of the Mapua Cardinals.
Yun yung naging theme ngayon eh. It's the perimeter of Mapua, which we know had the talent.
Yeah.
And they were a tough team defensively. Nakita natin Red Snowcomb in the first game. Maganda yung nilalaro. But ngayon lahat sama-sama.
Correct. Ngayon, sabay-sabay sumabog. Of course, with the exception of Warren Bonifacio na na-foul trouble ng maaga.
And Arvin Gamboa.
And Arvin Gamboa as well. But for CSB, they go back to the drawing board and will try to figure out some things because their next opponents are not pushovers.
Definitely, dahil mabibigat nga ang mga remaining games. Ito ang ating dalawang koponan.
There you go. CSB Blazers on your screens will go down to 4-3. Again, our final score, 84-65 in favor of the Mapua Cardinals. Mamaya po, pagbalik natin, usapin natin yung best player of the game dito sa NCAA Season 97.
Ibahagi ang talino, siguradong gwapong-gwapo. Walang pikon dito, katuwaan lang at kwento. At kung hindi ka sigurado, ask mo.
Baklod, anong paborito mong buhatin pag nasa gym ka?
Dumbbell.
Sa mga teammates mo, sinong pabigat?
Si Sean Umali.
Gusto ko yung pag-name drop. Very good. Sean! Kim, natawagan ka na ba ng traveling?
Maraming beses.
Saan ang favorite travel destination mo?
Sa Japan. Kasi ando yung side ng papa ko.
Kung coach ka sa team nyo, sino sa first 5 ang ibabangko mo?
Si Barba.
Bakit si Barba?
Masyado kaming kinukulit lahat eh. Kahit tulog kami, gigisingin kami na eh.
Nilaglag ka ni Renzo eh. Sabi nangungulit ka daw.
Narinig ko nga yun eh.
This is your NCAA Season 97 live right now on GTV. At the conclusion of our first game today, on a Tuesday doubleheader, CSB Blazers, Mapua Cardinals, it was Mapua with a statement win over CSB 84-65. Kasama niyo pa rin Martin Javier, alongside Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio, at ngayon po kasama ang ating best player of the game. Nandito ang point guard ng Mapua Cardinals, scoring 22 big points, Brian Laka. Brian, welcome to the booth here, the panel. Kamusta?
Okay naman, masaya.
Yan. Unahin na natin, congratulations, Brian. This is back-to-back wins for you guys. Ito, Brian, kwentuhan mo kami kasi kung bibilangin natin 28 three-pointers in 2 games para sa team ninyo. Ang laki niyan. Probably the most in 2 games this season by any team. Kasi magkaiba to nung simula ninyo na hindi kayo masyado nagtitres. Ano yung nag-iba? Especially in that game against Perpetual na ngayon, meron kayong confidence to shoot that basketball at naipapasok nyo.
Ayun, syempre nagsimula to sa practice eh. Sabi ng coaches namin, kailangan namin i-improve yung tiwala namin sa isa't isa. Kailangan namin magtiwala sa kanila na pag mas open yung sa labas, ibigay namin kasi nagpa-practice naman kami everyday. May mga may mga extra shooting pa nga after ng training eh. Siyempre, di ba? Nagpapasalamat lang ako dahil nag paid off yung extra shooting namin every training.
Ngayon talagang sobrang ang nag-pay off para sa inyo, Brian. Coach Hammer?
Ako masaya lang ako dahil nagpa-practice ka na ngayon.
Nagpa-practice naman ako.
Dati hindi.
Grabe.
Teka.
But Brian, ang ganda ng transition mo. Ngayon, point guard na nilalaro mo, nasanay ako na scorer ka. Ano ba yung mga adjustments mo? Kasi kanina, meron nga, sinasabi ko sa'yo, aatake mo na lang, nagbibigay ka pa ng extra pass. Ano yung mga sinabi sa'yo ni Coach Randy sa pag-adjust mo going back to that point guard position?
Ayun nga, nung papasok ng league, sabi ni Coach Randy, kulang kami sa sa point eh. Sabi, kung kaya ko doon ba mag-convert ng point guard. Sabi ko, Coach, itatry ko, I'll do my best para mag-facilitate. Tapos yun nga, yung mga sinasabi niya, adjustment every game. Pagtapos, sinasabi niya, pinapakita niya sa akin kung ano yung mga mali para next game, improve ko. Marami doon yung mga drive na pilit. Sabi sa akin ni Coach, yung decision making mo, improve mo, pag-drive mo, kasi nagko-collapse, hanapin mo yung mga big man na na-open sa labas.
Akala ko sinabi mo, pwede naman points guard, Coach. Yun yan, ang problema. Pwede naman points guard.
Pwede naman ako mag-convert, Coach, pero pabuntos pa rin ako, ha?
Ito pa, Martin, alam mo, Bri, career high ka, 19 puntos. Ngayon, 22 puntos. Ano ka ba ka-inspired? Kasama dyan yung mga tropa mo sa Valenzuela?
Oo naman, syempre. Para sa kanila lahat, syempre. Nakaka-overwhelm yung pakiramdam na after every game may nagko-congratulate sa'yo eh. Before the game pa nga, may mga nag-good lucks. Dahil sa kanila, na-boost yung yung fire ko sa loob na galingan every game. Siyempre sa family ko din, yung mga mahal ko sa buhay.
Brian, ito muna, bago ka namin pabatiin dito at saka usapin yung isang mga kakampi dyan na nasa baba. Shoutout ka naman dyan. Si-shoutout mo yan, siyempre. Pag-usapan natin yung talagang pag-earn mo ng minutes for Coach Randy. Matagal mo ng coach yan, si Coach Randy. Yes. But you initially started on the bench. You're coming off the bench. Wala ka sa starting lineup. But you know you can score the basketball. Kamusta ngayon na nasa starting lineup ka na at ikaw majority ang nakakuha ng minuto?
Sa totoo lang medyo pressure siya eh. Kasi
may konting pressure.
Pag first 5 ka, kailangan good start eh. Para mahawa yung bench, di ba? Pero dun din yung kagandahan niya kasi pag na-overcome mo, masarap sa feeling, di ba? Ayun, yun yung kagandahan ng nangyayari na ngayon sa amin kasi nalalabanan namin yung pressure na meron.
Gusto ko lang din malaman yung mindset mo kasi ito, kung napapansin ko, lalo early in the season, kasi ngayon na-highlight shooting ni Brian. Early in the season, nangangalabaw to.
Defensive stopper. Nagulat ako, dumidepensa mo, may pressure,
May pressure. Umawa naman, may pressure. Pagdating mo naman sa offensive end, pag talagang maliit yung bantay,
kung ikaw nagulat, ako gulat na gulat.
Pero, Brian, ikaw ba, did it take you a while for you to adjust to the physicality or ito talaga yung pace mo, ito talaga yung gusto mo?
Parang pag sinabing physicality, parang sarap pakinggan eh. Gusto ko yan. Gusto ko yan. Sige, kung babangga, banggayin mo. Diba?
Drafted na, Team Harang ha? Drafted.
Siguro nasanay lang din po ako sa mahilig kasi ako maglaro sa kalye.
Okay.
Siyempre, physical, bunggo talaga.
Correct.
Kaya salamat lang din dahil nadadala ko dito yung mga experience ko din.
Brian, congratulations. Ito na, pabatiin na natin si Brian. Madami-dami ito. Pakapunting batiin ito.
Yung listahan. Ilabas mo na yung listahan.
Brian, go ahead.
First of all, gusto mo muna magpasalamat kay Lord sa pagbigay sa amin ng panalo and wala pong na-injuries. Both teams, kahit sa kalaban, wala nangyaring masama. First, shoutout ko yung family ko, si Mama, si Tita Mel, yung mga tita ko, lahat ng tita ko dyan, si Daddy, si Kuya Nong, mag-asawa ka na, tapos si Mika, yung girlfriend ko, yung sa team ko sa Valenzuela, Tenacity, Boss Charles, maraming salamat, and kay Boss Dong Gonzales po, maraming salamat. Happy birthday din pala sa teammate namin, si June Asuncion, birthday niya ngayon, and kay Toby Agustin, Ralph de Guzman, sana masaya ka na sa love life mo.
Ay, Tommy Agustin na mahihain pumasa. Barkada kayo eh.
Si Paolo, shoutout. Tapos yung lahat, Pasensya na, medyo nakakalimutan ko pero salamat sa inyong lahat.
Okay lang.
Thank you sa suporta nyo. Maraming salamat.
Pero meron ba kayong
Meron pa namang next time, Brian.
Meron.
I-expect namin yan na patuloy na maganda ang ilalaro mo.
Ano, maganda na pustahan yun ha. Pag naging player of the game ako, pakasal ka na. Mag-asawa ka na.
Hindi, yung tito ko kasi matanda na, hindi pa nag-aasawa.
Yari mo naman.
Huli!
Mag-asawa ka na.
Huli dito.
Saka yung pinsan ko, si Monique, lahat ng pinsan ko, si Gray, si Mama, magbe-birthday sila, sabay sila ni Daddy. April 22 sa Friday. Happy birthday advance. Maraming thank you.
Happy birthday po in advance. At nakatutok yan kanina, bumati din sa comments natin. Sinusuportahan ka, syempre. Brian, congratulations at maraming salamat.
Magdala ka na ng listahan sa susunod mong best player para wala kang makalimutan.
Ito na. Okay naman, kausapin natin yung kasunod niya na nagkaroon din ng solid performance. Today, 17 points si Paolo Hernandez. Kasama ngayon, ni Chantal Laude.
Hello Martin and Coach Hammer. Ayan, kasama ko nga dito ang isa sa mga nag-deliver for the game today between Mapua and Benilde. Ay siya sa mga kapwa kong Kabatanggenyo. Kaya ito, kasama natin si Paolo. Hello, Paolo!
Hi, hello.
Ayan, Paolo, naglaro ka kanina ng basketball ngayon. Maglalaro muna tayo ng question and answer. Handa ka na ba?
Handa na, game na.
Ayan, sige. Ang hahawakan mo naman dito ngayon, mga fake na balls. May numbers yan, abot mo lang sa akin. Sige, pili ka dyan. Ayan. Ayan, mukhang mahirap to. Anong hidden talent mo?
Hidden talent? Ewan ko eh.
I'm sure meron yan. Kumakanta ka ba? Sumasayaw?
Siguro sayaw na lang siguro.
Ayun, sumasayaw. Sample naman dyan. Ako nang kakanta para sa'yo. O baka alam mo yung para G.
Para G.
Wow. O go lang.
Bizares, idol.
Para G. Ang galing. Idol ko sa sayawan. O, up next naman, Paolo. Isa pa. Yan, pumipili talaga siya. O ito, maganda to. Ano ang iyong most memorable NCAA moment?
Siguro nung high school kami. Ako, kasama sila Coach Randy, na champion kami. And sana matuloy namin this season. Makuha namin championship yun.
Wow, mukhang sana maging deja vu. Para sa Mapua Cardinals ito, I'm sure kapag nangyari yon, mapapalitan na itong most memorable NCAA experience mo, no?
Thank you.
Exciting yan, abangan namin. Pero ngayon, ang isa ko pang inaabangan, yung next mong number. Ano kaya to? Ay, ayan. Parang partners. Partners ng tanong kanina. Ano naman ngayon yung most embarrassing moment mo?
Embarrassing mo?
Share mo na yan, Paolo. Huwag ka lang mahiya.
Embarrassing? Siguro nadulas ako sa harap ng madaming tao.
Hala, sa loob ba yun ng court habang naglalaro ka?
Oo, habang papasok.
Oo, sana naman hindi ka na-sprain nun. No?
Hindi naman.
Ayun, sana never kang ma-sprain or ma-injure. Pero ngayon, tapos na tayo sa ating mini game. Let's take this chance for you to greet your fellow loved ones.
First of all, I want to thank God for this victory and walang na-injury both teams. And of course, yung family ko na nanonood and nagsusupport sa akin lagi, yung mama at papa ko, yung dalawa kong ate, and yung mga pinsan ko, si Kuya Jay, si Josh and James, sila Tita Ruby, Ate Kai, yung dalawa kong pamangkin, and yung lola ko na lagi nagsusupport din sa Caloocan. And yung mga kaibigan ko sa Caloocan, si Tan, si Boss Degs, Boss Phil, si Josh James, tapos si Kuya Ian, tsaka yung boss namin, si Boss AJ. And then, yung mga tito and tinong ko, nagpapabate si Ninong Gilbert ko, tsaka si Kuya Kiko. And yung mga kamag-anak ko sa Batangas, si Lolo Celon, Lola Mercy, yung mga pinsan ko doon, sila Lance, Ate Dayan, Ate Dara, yun. And gusto ko rin batiin si Bryce, anak ni Coach Randy, and si Sky, yung kamag-anak ni Doc PJ, and si Congressman Dong Gonzales, and yung si Coach Andre Legaspi nagpapabati rin. And yung teammate ko na birthday ngayon si June Asuncion, and yung binabati ko rin yung mami niya. Yun, nanonood ngayon. Thank you.
Mukhang mapagmahal na tao tong si Paolo, ang daming binate. Pero for now, mga kapuso, dito muna tayo magtatapos. Back to you, Coach Hammer and Martin.
Parang galit si Chantal kasi marami binati si Paolo
Papatiin natin yan. Ganda nung inilaro Basta ganyan lalaroin mo, bata, pwedeng kang bumate.
Oo naman. 17 points Feeling ko dapat sinoutout niya si Coach Hammer kasi ito talaga yung naghihintay ng breakout game ni Paolo.
Ako kasi happy ako to see the players that during the off-season I got to work with. I saw them rehabbing. And yun yung gusto mo as a coach na nakikita mo sila na nag-i-improve health-wise and performance-wise.
And that was an all-around performance for Paolo Hernandez today.
Pero hindi ako nagturo ng shooting. Sure ball ako, hindi ako nagturo ng shooting.
Before this, averaging limited points, just under 10 points per game.
Now, he is coming off the bench.
Right.
Mas humaba yung rotation ni Coach Randy Alcantara.
Yeah. Naalala ko to, he was the one who hit, three-pointers, big three-pointers for them
against
to secure
JRU.
the win against JRU. Go-ahead three-point baskets. Pero ngayon, 17 points across Paolo's name. Coming up next, though, not yet done. We're just getting started.
You are not yet done.
I'm not yet done, yeah. To be more specific, up next, we got Game On. Marami po tayong guests dyan, our Kapuso stars, and of course, some of the players as well here in the NCAA. And afterwards, we go to this highly physical matchup between the JRU Heavy Bombers and the San Sebastian College Recoletos Golden Stacks. It shall be a afternoon of great basketball. Coach Hammer, thank you so much for joining us
Thank
here.
you, Martin. Pleasure is always mine.
There you go. My partner, Coach Hammer, Martin Antonio, our courtside reporters. Ronaldo and Chantal Laude, our director. Direct Abid Ramos, this is Martin Javier saying thank you. But again, don't go away because after this convincing victory of Mapua, 84-65, we got Game On next and JRU versus San Sebastian in our second game. This is your NCAA Season 97 Stronger Together. Buo ang puso live on GTV.